welcome in. Look, I did it correct today. I'm not muted when I start stream like I was for the last 2 streams. You can actually hear me. I know, it's crazy. Hello everyone, welcome in, and happy 4th of July. It is America's 250th anniversary today. Welcome in everyone. Like I said, hope you are all having a fantastic day. God bless America. Yeah. Guys, I had some great food today. I went to go see my family earlier because, you know, it was my birthday last week and I hadn't had time to celebrate with my family yet. But I went and I had a bunch of sushi and stuff and it was very delicious. So, I am well fed and I am ready to go. Sorry, big yawn. But yeah, no, I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know if any of you guys have done anything. It wasn't specifically for 4th of July. I just went out for my birthday, really. But, I don't know if y'all have been doing anything for 4th of July, but I hope that, your plans have been going well. I hope you had a good time. Maybe got some food, are settling in for the night, whatever. If you still have plans you're gonna be going off to do, well then I wish you the best. Yeah, I know, fishes on my head. I see that. But yeah, so, today, I mean, I haven't started drinking, but I will be drinking on this stream, so just a reminder to everyone of that. Yes, I drink responsibly, blah, blah, blah. Also, I know it's been a problem in the past. I have given my mods permission to time people out if you're excessively like, Miki, drink responsibly, blah, blah, blah. I'd like to remind everyone that I am, in fact, believe it or not, a grown-ass woman. And I am of legal drinking age. And believe it or not, I know, crazy. You're probably clutching your pearls right now, but believe it or not, I am competent enough to make safe decisions for myself and drink responsibly. So I do not need anybody nagging me in chat about responsible drinking. Again, I am a grown-ass woman. I am not a child. I don't need help. So yeah, just a reminder because it has been a recurring issue. My mods have permission to time anybody out for that because it just becomes annoying and it's like the quickest way to annoy me and kill my vibes. Because again, I'm not a child. Don't treat me like one. Yeah. Miki, a responsible adult, I never knew that. I know, it's crazy. Probably catching you guys off guard. On this joyous day, I fell on my left shoulder. Now I'm in pain. Guys, I actually am in pain as well. You wanna know what happened? Okay, so earlier today, I was getting out of bed and I tripped, bro. And on my cabinet, there's like... It doesn't have full handles. There's not full handles, but there's like a little metal piece that sticks out that like you grab onto it. It's rounded, but dude, I gashed my leg so bad, like specifically my kneecap, man. Oh my lord, I hit it and I immediately fell to the ground crying. My leg hurt so freaking bad. And then like it's like, you know when you hit your elbow, it's like your funny bone and you're like, ah dang. And it's just like, you can't even move your arm. But this was my knee. I was like, I can't even move my leg. And I was just like crying, laying on the ground. And then I look and I was like bleeding a lot. Yeah, I apparently like gashed open my kneecap from accidentally hitting the cabinet. Oh, I was so upset. I had like, I'm not gonna lie, I had such a bad morning today. I had such a horrible morning today. Like, I had like really stressful dreams. And then I woke up and I hurt myself really badly like that. It hurts to walk, like just putting weight on my leg, because I don't doubt my kneecap is low-key bruised on top of like the gash. So I don't know. I don't know, Hazy, it's possible. No, you're fine, John. Welcome in, I hope you're doing well. And hi, G, welcome in also. I'm glad to have you here. Make sure to take care of yourself. Did you hit the Peter Griffin knee clutch pose? Yeah, low-key, I did. But yeah, it was rough. That's what we invented drinking for? Yeah, it's a natural painkiller, huh? When I fall against something, you need to be concerned about the something? Yeah, it was more just like, I don't know, I just need it perfectly on the corner. And it just like gouged a chunk out of my leg. Or like specifically my kneecap. It was awful. It hurt so bad. But like I said, It be what it be. 'Tis life. Things happen. So, yeah. But everything will be fine. I've just all around had a rough day. And then plus, it's 4th of July. And not gonna lie, chat, I hate fireworks. They're so loud and obnoxious, and I hate them. It caused me immense stress. Fortunately, no one is shooting fireworks off yet, but that's because it's still daylight outside right now, despite being 8 p.m. You know, the sun sets pretty late. So, fortunately, no fireworks yet. So, I'm in pain. I had a really stressful last 24 hours I will not elaborate on. And, fireworks are about to start happening. So, you know what? This is like as good of an excuse to drink as any. What are those things behind you? The fireworks? I know. But here's the beautiful thing. It's silent fireworks. I can't hear them. Boom, boom. Yes, the sky booms. That's what it is. You don't get many fireworks here for 4th of July. It's too light out, so people don't launch many. They already were launching them last night, man. It's crazy. I don't like it. Also, I do want to ask. So, last time I was drinking, so I normally just drink vodka, but Fish had bought, like, hard Mountain Dew, like alcoholic Mountain Dew to drink, but I guess he got the zero sugar kind. And, he did not like them because he hates zero sugar things. And he didn't drink them, but I have this case here, and I figured I might try one, but I need you guys to help me. Yeah, apparently it's a thing. I didn't really try it. But I need you guys to help me decide what kind I want to drink. There are 4 flavors. They're all Baja Blast, by the way. There's normal Baja Blast, then pineapple, then punch, then mango. So, if one of my mods wants to make a poll, I just remembered, Tech, you said there was like an integration for polls on YouTube and Twitch. If you're on YouTube, just say which flavor I should have in chat. If you're on Twitch, we'll do a poll. I'll take both into consideration. But if you guys could do that, that would be sick. I weigh 230, so if I fall hard. Fair. We're gonna get versions of these with sugar? I don't know. I'm wondering if there even was a full sugar version, because I feel like Fish would have noticed the difference, but I'm not sure. Getting crunk healthily with zero sugar. Yeah, apparently. Like I said, I'm only drinking them because I normally just drink straight liquor, but these are gonna go to waste otherwise. So, alright, there you go. Oh, you missed one. There's also mango, whoever is the mod. Oh no, you forgot one. You forgot mango. Normal Baja Blast, pineapple Baja Blast, punch Baja Blast, or mango Baja Blast. You getting drunk? Yeah. Mix them all in 1 cup. Well, I mean, they're in cans. I'm not gonna open all of the cans. Yeah, rest in peace. And that's like a long one. We can't end polls early, can we? What type? I normally just drink vodka. Open all 4. I'm not gonna open all 4. I don't want to drink all 4 because I don't really like mixed drinks. That's why I typically just drink liquor and I just take shots. Because also, Fish bought some wine too. I don't normally drink wine, but I was like, I'll try some. So that's where I'm like trying to decide. For those of you that are new here, I have a pretty high alcohol tolerance as well. So, I was like, I don't know. Wine how posh? Yeah, Fish likes to drink wine. He's refined, unlike me. I'm a heathen who just drinks vodka out the bottle. I know, not what you would expect from a cute little anime girl, huh? If you shotgun one of them, I actually can't shotgun. I have problems with swallowing, and so I will choke and I will die. I'm supposed to only drink out of straws, but I never do because straws are obnoxious. I cannot chug. I cannot chug anything. Whether alcohol, water, nothing. I can't. Miki blush. I don't know, tear. Miki being fancy? Yeah, I know. I'm getting crazy today. She light as easily as she breathe? Nah. No. I mean, for a small woman, I can keep up with the boys. I think I can drink fairly well. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Hi Ryuko, welcome in. Yeah, drunk she gets. We'll see how much I have to drink to get there. My only concern is I mostly drink vodka because all of the additives in a lot of drinks, like for example what I'm afraid this Mountain Dew will have, they typically make me sick. That's why I just stick to vodka. Small? Okay, I'm tall. Tall but small. I don't know. My parents' dog is so scared. Poor dog. I think he can probably drink more than the boys. I mean, guys, okay, I'm sorry, Fish. I'm putting you on blast. Guys, Tech can confirm. I don't know if Tank is here, but Tank can as well. Fish, he will literally get tipsy off a sip. So, yeah, I am more of a heavyweight than Fish is. He will be tipsy after a sip. I can drink. So, I promise you, it could be worse. Punch wins? Well, we didn't have Mingo. But I don't think we can, like, end the poll. Because I don't think you can end the poll early. Revote? Well, the thing is still going. And can you not make a poll? Can we just do, like, for the next poll, just make it a rapid fire one? I don't know. Because I don't know if you can start a new poll. That's the hard part. Don't corrupt him with your... Hey! Fish has drank way more in his life than I ever have. So, do not act like I'm the one corrupting him. Yeah, I know, Jasmine. I would drink soda than alcohol because I don't want to get drunk. I mean, that's fair. If you don't want to. Alcohol isn't for everyone. Oh, I'm the same. I need a metric ton of anything in order for it to start affecting me. Wait, Plum, aren't you modded now? Didn't we mod you? Do I need to mod you on YouTube? Oh wait, did you get modded? Oh wait, no. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, that's why I was asking. Add as mod. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I was just confirming because I remember Tech messaged me. So I needed to give you mod. Okay, Plum, you are now officially mod. Ka-chow! At least on YouTube, they can handle modding you on Twitch, but YouTube, I have to manually do it. Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, I just needed a reminder. I was like, oh, yeah. Okay, we're good. We're good. I hate the way fireworks smell. Yes, that is true. Diversity is growing? Yes. Alright, well, we gotta figure out the Twitch poll thing. That is so stupid. Can you really not start a new poll until it ends? And it looks like you chose, like, a really long poll as well on Twitch. So, like, we're gonna be here a while before we can do it. 10 minutes? Oh my god. So we just have to sit here for another 5 minutes and let it run out? There's gotta be a way. Are you telling me they, like, implemented this function with no way to end it? Twitch. Twitch. Let me see. How to end poll early Twitch. Okay, open creator dashboard, locate poll panel, manage poll, view results. No? Delete poll? Oh, I fixed it! I fixed it! I can do it from my dashboard. You have to click the poll, manage poll thing in quick actions on the streamer dashboard. Okay, if you can make a new one, remember, Baja Blast, Pineapple Baja Blast, Punch Baja Blast, or Mango Baja Blast. Those are the 4 flavors. I ran the command to end it? Oh, never mind. Alright, well, is what it is. So, I will let that get put back up on Twitch so that we can have a proper... Well, yeah, I saw you say Mango Tail. Neither. I can get through 2 of those rum and vodka margaritas before I start to feel a buzz. By that point, I stop so I don't get too out of hand. That's fair. Always make sure to drink responsibly. Yeah, those are all... they're apparently alcoholic Baja Blast. Yes. It's like an alcoholic thing. I don't know. It says all of them are Baja Blast, but they have different flavors. They have classic, pineapple, punch, and mango. I don't know. I only drink vodka. I don't drink mixed things like this, but I don't want this case of alcohol to go to waste because the intended drinker is no longer gonna drink it. So I'm gonna try it. Yeah, I know, Tech. I know. Forgive me for not setting it up properly. Okay, alright. Now you guys can properly vote on Twitch for which flavor I'm going to try. I might try multiple. We'll see. It just depends on how much I like it. Like I said, a lot of the extra additives and stuff in, like, mixed drinks, I just end up getting sick. So I'd rather just take the vodka head on, you know? When are we getting wasted? Well, we're voting on what Mountain Dew first. Siraj, why did you turn your name that stupid black color? I'll have you know I'm on night mode. I can't even see your name. I had to squint to be like, who the hell is that? Who the hell is that? That's Siraj, alright? Hi, Balt, welcome in. Hey, Miki, I was gonna watch fireworks, but they're really loud. And there's 5 spots around my house where they're shooting them. Dang, rest in peace. I'm doing good, Godzilla. Alright, it looks like we're tied for Punch and Mango right now. So guys, this is in fact a new poll on Twitch. So if you have not if you voted on the last one, make sure to vote again. So they're all Baja Blast. There's classic, pineapple, punch, and mango. There's 4 different flavors that I could try here. So sorry, changed it. It's okay, Siraj. I was just giving you a hard time. I mean, you can have it if you want. I just gotta squint to see your name. Or you're like the only person with black as your name, so I'll just try to remember. Okay, now Classic is winning. We are tied 5 and 5 with Punch and Classic. I'm leaving keto now. Wouldn't mind a case of these for myself? Yeah. I mean, we got it at like an alcohol store. I don't know. Fish was excited, but then he found out they were 0 sugar. And 0 sugar stuff, he gets migraines from like sugar substitutes and things like that, so it made him low-key sick. So now I don't want this to go to waste. I gotta drink it myself. Thank you, Aegis. I appreciate it. Punch is better. Well, Punch is winning right now. All right, Punch is at 7, Mango 6, Classic 5, Pineapple 2. Do y'all not like pineapple? The pineapple's so good, bro. Be careful with 0 sugar drinks. Not telling what. Oh yeah, no, I agree, Damien. I mean, it's alcohol. It's not good for me regardless. It's not good for me regardless. So, it be what it be. Hold on. I gotta grab this. Artificial pineapple is like battery acid half the time. I guess that's fair. I guess this is a good time to know I only drink water, basically. I don't even really drink sodas. I just kind of drink water, so I'm not as in tune with artificial flavorings, I guess. Hi Zoro, never mind. Alright, well, never mind, I guess. I like tropical, me too. Like, I love pineapple. But then again, I would opt for like normal pineapple juice, I guess. Alright, Punch and Mango are tied at 7. Alright, there's only a little bit of time left to vote, everybody. We're at 7 for Punch, 7 for Mango, and 6 for normal. We at least need to do the tiebreaker. I hate artificial flavors. Grape and watermelon are the worst. Yeah, they can be really hit or miss. Alcohol makes me woozy after 2 cups. Sounds like you're lightly. I drink GamerStop's water and soda mainly. I don't even drink flavored water. I just drink normal water. I don't know. But, yeah, that's just me. I like to hydrate, not dehydrate. Oh, I just, like, punched my mic. My bad. My blood is some percentage of caffeine at this point. That doesn't sound like a good thing. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should drink some more water and, like, lay off the caffeine a little. Happy 250th American birthday! Yeah! Fishing port wine tonight on natural. Nice. Well, good for you. Alright, it looks like the poll's about to end. Last chance to vote on which flavor I try. It looks like Punch is gonna win. So let me preemptively try to find a Punch one, I guess. My blood needs caffeine to live. Nah, you were just addicted to it as a substance. Caffeine is addictive. Is this Punch? That is Punch. Okay. I've never tested my weight class for alcohol, but I've never been drunk after 1 drink. Here. Alright, looks like Punch won, you guys. Hopefully it is not awful. We'll see. Alright, if it's bad, I mean, Fish isn't gonna drink it, and if I don't like it, I'll just crack open a different flavor and we can try it. Because it's gonna, if I don't drink it, it's gonna get wasted anyways. So if I don't like it, like, why torture myself, you know, I guess? Alright, let's see. The only thing I'm concerned about, I don't like carbonation. I don't like carbonation. It gives me tummy aches, low-key. It is what it is. I am turning 21, so I'm kind of nervous to have my first drink. Drinking sucks. I'm not gonna lie. It tastes awful. You're not gonna like it. Don't get into it. I don't even drink other than for content on very rare occasions like today. I hate carbonation too. Yeah, it sucks. All right, let's give it a sniff test. This one does smell more alcoholic. I vaguely remember the normal one Fish had, like the standard Baja Blast. It didn't really taste or smell super alcoholic, but this punch one already... Just smelling it, it smells like sangria. I don't know. Wow. Actually, I can't taste the alcohol at all. Granted, it is like a very low percentage alcohol drink. It's only 5%. So very low. But like, I actually surprisingly don't taste anything, any of the alcohol. It tastes fine to me. Which is crazy because like, I typically, I don't know, I always taste the alcohol. People will be like, Miki, you can't even taste the alcohol in it. And I always can. I always can, but this one actually, like, I don't know. It does have kind of a weird after flavor. Not alcoholic, I think it's just because, you know, low-key, this is gonna give me cancer, but... Final thank you for the follow. We'll see. Alcoholic societies are usually the most productive ones. So you say. I miss Mike's Hard Lemonade. Impossible to get in the UK? Like I said, I don't really drink alcohol in general. I don't know. No, dude, Zebro, that is not true. Because the problem is how much it takes for me to drink, dude. Okay, so if we're talking standard drinks, like, in order for me to get drunk, I'd have to drink like 6 of these minimum to start getting buzzed. And I can't do carbonation, dude. I would feel like a bloated gas bubble from carbonation drinking like 6 of these. There's no way... That's also why I prefer liquor. Because I don't even start feeling anything until, like, I'm a ways in. So, I would not get drunk off of this. I would not. It would take way too much. And the carbonation would give me a tummy ache way before I started feeling the effects. So, I don't know. Happy 4th of July. Thank you, Samari. See, I mean, I just don't like carbonation. Again, it gives me stomach aches. So, that's why I'm not eager to, like... drink that many. James Jen? I don't know. I don't know. If I drink it more, I'm starting to taste the alcohol a little more. It's probably just the way it settles. I'm not sure. Happy 4th, I forgot. Nah, it's all good. Happy 4th of July, everyone. We're hanging out today. We're having a grand old time. Escaping the inevitable... fireworks that are going to start. I'm not really excited to deal with them. But you know what? We will cross that bridge when we get there. I remember I did not like this vodka I had either. Shoot. I'm gonna be making myself miserable today. I think most American norms they try to push are kind of non-based. Yeah, I'm with you, Final. I mean, I'm just not a holiday person in general. I don't really celebrate anything. I think a lot of it is just... holidays are mostly either propaganda or just... I mean, I guess commercialization is also a form of propaganda. It's either to push an agenda or to boost consumerism. I think that's what 90% of holidays are. And so I don't know. I never really got into holidays because of that. Even as a child, I saw through it. That's why I got in trouble as an autistic child. I was like 4 or 5 going around telling everybody Santa wasn't real and that it just didn't make logical sense for Santa to exist. Local, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I just went around to like 4 or 5. Dude, apparently when I was like 5 years old, my parents tried to tell me Santa exists, and I got mad at them, and apparently I started grilling my parents, and I was like, how stupid are you to believe in Santa? It doesn't even make sense, dude. So yeah, no, I've apparently always been it. And then they had to be like, fine, Miki, you're right. Santa's not real. We were just trying to give you some childhood whimsy. And it didn't work. I don't know. So I've always been anti-holiday. There was this one Japanese when I had Roku or something. It's just like a pine tree. It was gross. Dang. German would be the global business language. Would Germany push their norms on everyone? I don't know. Miki is savage? Nah, I was just a person. I don't know. I was just like that. Sometimes found out my dog likes watching you fear. Miki's a Dude, I was 5 years old, okay? I was literally like 5 years old. Davian, thank you so much for becoming a member over on YouTube. I appreciate it. Dude, I was like 5. What do you expect from me? I was just logical. And so I was like, it doesn't make sense for Santa to exist. This means Miki is smart. Yeah. Yeah, and so like obviously my parents wanted me to have a childhood. They wanted me to believe in Santa. But, and so then all that achieved by them trying to convince me Santa was real was I thought my parents were like the stupidest people alive. I never had a chimney final. See, that's another reason it didn't make sense. And then my parents would be like, oh, we just leave the front door unlocked. And I'm like, oh, so we can get robbed? And I was like, and it doesn't even make sense. And then I started, like, as I was getting older, like, bringing physics into question as well. Of just the logistics of Santa delivering everything. And my parents kept trying to make excuses. And so I just, as a small child, came to the conclusion my parents were the dumbest people alive. And I literally roasted them for it until they finally were like, fine, we just wanted to give you a childhood, Miki. So sorry for that. Oh, man. But anyways, what did I walk into? Talking about Santa. That's what. Because I didn't believe in Magic Bolt because I was too smart for that. I was like, that is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. It literally doesn't make sense. And so I just grilled my parents for being stupid. I fell for stupid things. Parents wanted me to stop coming out of my room at night, so they told me alligators would get me if I did, and I believed them. Dude, that's bonkers. I confess, we had this cardboard chimney we would put up every Christmas, and as a kid I thought it magically transformed into a real chimney for Santa. That's so cute though, actually. The autism didn't believe it. Yeah, exactly. My parents could not convince me. Don't mind me asking, can I ask how long you've been a VTuber? I have been streaming here since February 12th. How long is that? Hold on, February to March, April, May, June. That's... And then July? So about almost 5 months, I guess. Bye, Toshi. Take care of yourself. Bro, set up a spawn point? Yeah, literally. You know, I believe in Santa a little longer than I should have. Yeah. I also got in trouble because I have a little sister. And, I also told my little sister Santa wasn't real. Before my parents even got a chance to, I was the one that sat her down. And I broke the news to my little sister that Santa was not real. Yeah. Yeah. Miki the party pooper? I was like, I don't want you to grow up to be as dumb as mom and dad. So I feel obligated to tell you myself that Santa is not real. Mom and dad are just really stupid. So I straight up told my sister to just pretend for my parents' sake that Santa was real. Because my parents were so stupid they believed in it. And I was like, I don't want to hurt mom and dad's feelings, so just pretend that Santa is real. But he's not. I don't want you to be stupid like mom and dad. So, obviously she started crying though when she told my mom and dad. And I got in trouble, but it is what I don't know. I thought I was doing a good deed. I thought what I was doing was the right thing. My parents never tried to lie to me. They would buy stuff. There was no Santa. That's fair. How do you feel about Bailey's cream liquor? I don't drink it. I probably wouldn't like it because I don't like creamy things. Young Miki to her sister. You know, Santa's government propaganda. Literally. I found out Santa wasn't real when I was 6 because the guy dressed as Santa was very obviously a guy from my neighborhood, and I was surprised the other kids didn't notice. That's hilarious. Yeah, good intention, bad action. Yeah, my little sister is 3, almost 4 years younger than me, so I was probably like 7 years old and she was like 4. I don't know. So like we were both still pretty young. We never did the Santa thing. Probably not in our culture. That's also fair too. That's fair too. Different cultures have different stuff. Do you have Krampus? Threatening to beat everybody up? LOL. God, I was thinking, hold on, let me drink some water. Miki, could you at least try to pretend you're a cute anime girl and not a human? I am a cute anime girl. What do you mean? I totally am. Don't you see me? The uncle, not officially yet dressed... Oh, not official yet, dressed up as Santa. What's a human? Yeah, exactly. I'm just a little anime girl. I started catching on when my mom put Santa on the phone and he sounded suspiciously like my grandpa. That's so funny. We're just sharing stories of how Santa was ruined. That is a bonker name. I will remind you as you follow that I am a say-so VTuber, so please, that is quite a whack name. Please don't be whack here. Humans are stinky, we just built different. Fair. You just avoid revealing the truth. Yeah, you're good, Jason. You are all good. You're all good. Wacky name? Yeah, the person that just followed. You drinking? I'm gonna be honest, I really don't like this Mountain Dew thing, so I'm probably gonna switch to vodka. It's really not good, and it leaves like a weird aftertaste in my mouth of chemicals. I'm gonna get I'm gonna get space cancer from drinking this, so I think I'm just gonna go back to vodka. Don't worry, I'll respect. Okay, thank you, Cozy. I'll just call you Cozy. How about that? Just came into stream. Probably won't be here long, though. Fireworks keep me up. Yeah, it's all good, Greasel. Glad to have you here. I am switching to vodka. I have it right here. But I'm not gonna go out and buy anything more. I'm just gonna drink what I have, even though I hated this vodka last time. Only good soft drink is Fanta. Well, this is alcoholic. And it's like 0 sugar, so it's horrible. I didn't buy it. It was for Fish, who did not drink it. So I was gonna try to drink it, but I don't like it either. Is it the peach? No, it wasn't peach. It's apricot. But yeah, or apricot. It is the same one as last time. I'm not even gonna pour this shit in a cup. I'm just gonna chug it. But this one also, I don't know. This one, I like to have fruity things. And so I always want to like try something fruity. But the fruitiness always ends up just tasting like cancer. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Did I hear you say cancer? Yes. Yes, you did. I'm going to a friend's house to hang out later. Yeah, it's all good, Toasted. It's all good. I'm trying to think if I even have anything else to drink, because like I said, this one was it leaves chemical taste in my mouth. Hold on, what does cancer taste like? No, I'm not saying it tastes like cancer. It tastes like it is going to give me cancer. There's a difference, and by tasting like it's going to give me cancer, that just means it tastes like chemicals that do not belong inside the human body. It tastes like something that should not be consumed. You can't just buy James Gin in a supermarket. You need to import it from the UK, but it's the cleanest, freshest liquor there is. I see. I don't really drink, so. CJ, thank you so much for the follow. Hey guys, I'm gonna have to jump up. Just real quick here. Fish. 1 second, you guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Gin is horrible. It got that bitter aftertaste. I don't know. He's just trying to convince me to taste his, like, wine thing. I don't know. I'm probably gonna hate it. I don't know why he expected me to open this. Oh, never mind. I got it open. I don't like this, Fish.
No.
Well, I never like it. You always are like, Miki, try this. I just like clear liquor, not whatever this BS is. I hate, like, all this other stuff, man. It's the histamines, bro. Like, it's fine, but I don't know, man. The amount I have to drink of it, I don't want to... That's why I like liquor, is because I can just take a couple gulps and I'm good. I don't have to sit here and drink an entire bottle of wine to feel something. Am I like Smirnoff? No, that's what I'm saying. I would rather just like take a couple gulps out of a bottle of vodka than like have to drink 8 different bottles of something. You know what I mean? No, the wine is for Fish. I'm not drunk at all right now. Like, literally at all. You sound drunk... Bro. Yeah, this is how I always sound. No, it's not struggling to get drunk. I'm just, like, not excited because I hated this vodka last time. So I was trying to look at alternatives, but it's like, again, for how much I have to drink in order to get, like, feel anything, I have to drink so much. That's why I'd rather just stick to actual liquor. It's much easier. Drinking less volume is more efficient. Yeah, exactly, Bolt. That too. I'd rather, again, take a couple gulps of a bottle of vodka than have to drink an entire bottle of wine or like 6 beers plus just to start feeling something. Happy amateur night, everyone. Alright, well, I'm not even gonna pour this vodka in a cup. I'm just gonna tank it, man. Even though, again, the artificial, like, fruit flavoring was awful last time. But as I like drinking, I prefer to drink more volume. Yeah, well, you like to drink. You're an alcoholic, Sarash. So, of course you like it. Of course you like it. Me, not so much. Just drink 100. I actually have drank Everclear before. My first time... That's actually, not gonna lie, probably why my tolerance is what it is, despite drinking, like, maybe 3 times a year. The first time I ever drank was Everclear. And let's just say I drink a lot of it. I should have died, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I had no concept of it. I'm not gonna go into details because it's illegal. Because I was not supposed to be drinking. And so, therefore, I did not have understanding of alcohol proof or what Everclear was. But let's just say I poured myself a nice tall glass and I drank it all. And if you know what Everclear is, you probably can guess what happened. And that was my first experience drinking. So, I feel like I shouldn't be here. I'm only 20. I mean, it doesn't matter. And no, it does not. Riso? Like, you're around people that drink all the time. You don't have to be around people that are, I mean, not everybody's drinking. I'm just drinking, but it's all responsible. But anyways, yeah. So that's why even though I drink maybe twice a year, I just have such a high tolerance. What proof? I don't know, like 180 or something? I can't remember. Or 80... I don't know, hold on. Okay, I see it. So then I guess 190. So it's 190. I was like, it's 180 or something, but I looked it up. There's 151 and 190 proof. So it was the 190 proof. So yeah, I poured a glass of 190 proof. And I drank it. And we'll just say things did not go great for me that night. And let's also just say my parents and I have never talked about it. But I know I tried to lie and say I had a stomach ache. I tried to pretend I had the flu, but I can guarantee my parents knew otherwise, and we just never brought it up. We just never brought it up. How did you not die? I don't know. But I will say that I did get incredibly sick, and my mom had to find me and take care of me. My mom is probably the reason I didn't die, low-key. But again, we have never talked about it. I have, like slideshow memories of that entire night. Yeah, no, I have, like, slideshow memories. Okay, y'all want to know? So, here's what I remember. I remember drinking it and being like, man, I don't feel anything. I was laying in bed, and it was, like, past the time my parents had gone to sleep. And then I was like, whatever, I gotta use the bathroom. And then in the same way an edible hits you, the second I stood up, it all hit me at once. And I immediately collapsed to the ground, and I was glued to the floor. And I thought I was gonna die, and instantly I felt incredibly sick. Incredibly sick. And then, so I remember hitting the ground. And then the next thing I remember, I don't know how long it took me, but, like, I guess I, like, crawled towards the bathroom. And I remember my mom waking up and being like, are you okay? And then I tried to lie that I had the flu, and then I threw up all over myself. And then, I don't remember anything again. And then the next thing I remember is my mom trying to help me in the shower. And I think I threw up again and I, like, slipped. I'll leave it at that. Not gonna expand on the TMI. And then my mom getting upset. And then, like, I'm missing a little more. And then I remember, like, panicking because I thought I was gonna drown in the shower. And my mom was just kind of sick of me. And then I don't remember anything after that. I woke up the next morning and I've never talked about it. My mom and I have never mentioned it. She never mentioned it in anything when I woke up or ever again. I don't know. I think she was just like, I don't even want to ask. I don't even want to ask, Miki. Not something you'd want to remember? Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I think we just have a silent agreement to never talk about it. Maybe she doesn't remember. Here's hoping. Oh, man. So yeah, that's yeah, that's that. So yeah, I don't really drink. Nah, she's not watching my stream. I saw my parents earlier. They're like at some 4th of July thing for themselves. My mom said she was going to a Mexican restaurant with some friends. But time to come into the story. Hi, Veiled. Welcome in. Yeah, for anyone that just tuned in during that story, I was telling the story of the first time I ever drank. The first thing I ever drank was an entire glass of 190 proof Everclear. If you know, you know. When I was, you know, let's just say legally not meant to be drinking. And yeah, my mom and I, she's probably the reason I didn't die, and we've just never talked about it. We just never talked about it. I don't doubt she probably tried to talk to me that night, and I just blacked out and don't remember. But I think there's just a silent agreement that it never happened. So yeah, I don't drink, man. I don't drink. That was my first experience, and that was enough for me to be like, yeah, I'm never drinking alcohol. I'm never gonna drink it. I drank Corona when I was 13. Dude, Corona is nothing compared to Everclear, bro. Especially the amounts I drink it. I drink it. Oh, dude, I would have died. I drink this water. Me too. I drink water. Yeah. In 2016, I took my then girlfriend, little Chinese lass, to a German beer garden. She had half a pin and totally crashed out. I had to carry her home. Oh, that's fun. Happened to me when I drank an entire bottle of vodka myself. It suddenly hit me, and when I threw up, it was black, aka I had internal bleeding. I was struggling to stay conscious on the bathroom floor for 4 hours drinking water and throwing up. Bro, that's awful. So then, final, you somewhat know my pain. You at least somewhat know my pain of being like, man. I wasted my whole day on 5 seconds for my video. I don't think it was worth it, but I woke up at 4 p.m. There. Okay, guys, do not drink if you are under the legal drinking age. It's illegal and it's bad. Don't do it. Honestly, drinking isn't good in general. Only drink responsibly and only drink if you are of legal age. First time I drank, it was a whole 750 of vodka. Fair, fair. I don't think I drank until 2 weeks before my 21st. It was just mango vodka. Yeah, that's fair. That's like really the only time I drank. And then when I turned 21, I went to... I'd always seen those frozen daiquiri places. And I was like, oh, like an alcoholic slushy. And then I went there and then I found out alcohol tastes like horrible. And then I just never drank. I was disappointed. I took like 1 sip and was like, I'm done. Are you drinking? Yeah, I haven't really started, actually. I keep forgetting to chug this bottle of vodka I have here. So I keep talking and getting distracted. So, yeah. She was 4'4", 90 pounds. It was hardcore. Dang. Yes, Kronos, I'm not a fucking idiot. People are gonna do what they want. Like, that's so unnecessary to even say. I don't think I've ever been more than mildly buzzed, and I don't have any particular desire to go beyond that. Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I don't like being drunk. I don't really like feeling inebriated at all. Alright, here, let me, I guess, chug this stupid thing. I just hate it. I'm just remembering how awful the artificial, like, apricot flavoring was. Alright, I don't know how much of that was. But I took like 4 or 5 long drinks straight out the bottle, so that should hit me eventually. We'll see. Alright. That should be a good starter. Yeah, I know, Jasmine. It's like, it's not even the alcohol part that's bad. It's the artificial flavorings. I can't do artificial flavorings. My first time getting trashed was on vodka. Next day, she had to go shopping with my mom and she kept on saying, "You want more alcohol?" She almost bought one. Oh my lord. No, it's fine. It's just, I don't want to waste this bottle that I had. I just don't like the artificial flavoring in it. So it was not great. I think I drunk better when I'm drive. A Chad who then drove me home from kindergarten. Yeah, no, please do not drink and drive. Dude, this is like, people die over that stuff. Please only ever drink responsibly and don't drink and drive. I rarely drink anymore, but decided to screw it for today. That's fair. That's so fair. Like I said, I drink maybe 2 to 3 times a year, max. Sounds like rain with all the ash from fireworks. Dang, bro. Once I had down a half a bottle of vodka to prove a point. Immediately went into the basement, barfed it all out, and returned to the party. 20 minutes later, I punched the dude who dared me in the face. Dang. No mix the drinks unless you want some not fun? What do you mean, Severo? Alright, well... we'll see how that goes. I didn't even really measure how much was in this bottle before I drank it, but... I might have drank... Sorry, I'm trying to like measure right now. I'm trying to remember about where it was at. I probably drank a little less than a quarter of the bottle whenever I chugged that just now. Normally I would space it out a little more, but I'm like, whatever. Let's get me feeling a little nicer before the fireworks start. Just because I don't like when it hits me all at once. But that should be enough to at least get me to, within the next hour, feel a little bit tipsy. And then I can see how I feel and adjust from there. Because I don't like being super drunk either. Should I pull out the hand cam to see the bottle? I mean, it's the same as before. I'm just trying to eyeball how much was in it. I mean, I already drank it, so... be what it be. Hopefully it doesn't clash with the sushi that was in my tummy earlier. I had lots of very delicious sushi. Very nice. Huzzah. I just had a funny memory of going on a mini missions trip with my college group. My friend got a milkshake from a food truck behind the hotel. He kept talking about how good this milkshake was. Later found out it had alcohol and was like, "Oh, that's why it was good." It was so funny. He had no idea. That's how... I don't know how people cannot taste it, dude. Alcohol is such a strong flavor. Even... I don't even like when people cook with alcohol. They're always like, "Oh, you can't taste it because all the alcohol cooks out of it." BS, bro. I can always taste it. Where's my fave enlisted scum, BB Tank? I don't know where he is. I mean, considering he is enlisted, Sarash, he probably has his own stuff that he's doing for 4th of July. So, yeah. He's probably busy. He abandoned you. He abandoned me. He abandoned all of us. It's just a sad reality we have to accept. We should hold like a candlelight vigil for Tank. Since he's gone and he's never coming back. People have different sensitivity. Fair. Fair. No, 1 sec. I'm looking. Chimera sent me something. Ooh. Alright. He's probably playing with booms, like I will be in 30 to 45 minutes. That's fair. It's still light over here. It's light for a lot of people. No alcohol can be used in cooking. It's flammable too, as far as I know, so it's mostly for performance. No, people do it, like... They're like, "Oh, like it adds flavor," but then they say it doesn't taste like alcohol. Like, bitch, if you're using it for flavor, it does. Like, for example, when people make French onion soup, and they use red wine to deglaze the onions from the pan. That's more what I mean. Where it's like, they're always like, "Oh, you can't even taste the wine." I'm like, yes, I can, bro. I literally can. And so, I don't know. Like, if I'm making French onion soup, I'd rather just use a broth or something rather than... like a wine. I don't know. I just don't like how it tastes. I've only used alcohol to make a sauce. Yeah, I don't even like it in sauces. For me, it's very bright. Still looks like midday, but I live way far north of you. That's fair. Cupcakes taste like rum. Funny how that works. Yes, exactly. That's why I'm like, at least be honest. I just hate whenever people say things like, you can't even taste the alcohol in it. Like, bitch, if it's in the name, I probably can. Like, that's the entire point you added alcohol in it. I don't know. My running theory is that people are just alcoholics, and the people that say you can't even taste it are just alcoholics, so they don't even notice. I don't know, man. I do not like the taste of alcohol. I guess, semi-controversial opinion. I mean, I can smell everything, though I can agree with the taste of alcohol, even in food sometimes. Yeah. Fair. There's a reason why it's part of the ingredients. Exactly! If you couldn't taste it, then why would it be in there? I've had people tell me I can't taste mushrooms on a pizza. Mofo, I can taste them. Oh my lord. Do you guys know you can rub a potato on the grill to make it non-stick? I had not heard of that, but I'm sure... Whoa! Siraj, thank you so much for the 5 gifted! But I'm assuming with the, like, starches and stuff it releases, that's probably why it doesn't stick. They probably just have a numb taste to the alcohol. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Greasel. It's like they probably are just desensitized to it. Happy Independence or whatever. Thanks, Siraj. Thank you. Not tasting mushrooms must be a brain tumor or something. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I don't know. People are just weird. Just call me Gris? Alright, Gris. I will remember that. Miki will remember this. Guys, on Twitch, it looks like there's going to be an ad in about 4.5 minutes. Just want to let you guys know, in order to keep pre-rolls off, I do run 3 minutes per hour, but after the ads are over, you will have an entire hour of ad-free viewing. So just want to give you guys that heads up before it happens. If it's sweet enough, I can't taste it. I see. No ads? No, because I know. I'm so sorry. I hate that I have to run ads, but it is a necessary evil that comes to haunt literally all of us at some point. I don't know, man. You can run, but you can't hide. Hey, one sec. Alright, guys. The president just called. And I have fantastic news. I have Chipotle leftovers right now. I didn't use my Chipotle buff the other day. So, I can use the Chipotle buff today! I was mentioning, I was like, I'm gonna have to eat something, because, like, I am having a little bit of, like, acid problems in my tummy. I don't feel good right now. Just, I don't know. I've just been having really bad acid. Tag, thank you so much for the 500 fish. And so I was telling Fish, I'm like, I'm gonna have to eat something for my tummy later. Just because the acid. Yeah, V Donald himself called and told me I have Chipotle in my fridge currently. So I'm gonna eat my Chipotle leftovers. No, I wanted to be able to stay the whole stream. Well, y'all aren't gonna be held hostage. You'll be fine. Alcohol affects the Chipotle buff. We'll find out. Yes, we will. I remember I had a Hulu subscription, started using it again. The ads are so annoying. Yeah. That's how it be. You also use a tomato to clean the grill? You use an onion. Onions are what you should use to clean the grill. Add some flavor, like to your burgers or whatever else, too. I don't know. Are you sure it won't be a lobotomy being drunk and being buff? And that is a good point. I guess we will find out tonight. Leave the next pot of coffee with Red Bull instead of water? What is wrong with you? You're gonna die, Netherite. Just waiting for the ad jump scare. You have about 1.5 minutes left until the ads are gonna hit you, so... you could be a true Giga Chat and use a burger to season your burgers. Also fair. Hi, Miki. I'm back from no Twitch for a month. Hi, detonating Muckman. Hi, Ming as well. Would be like being sleepy and drunk and chugging an energy drink? Yeah. That's fair. I don't know. I'm probably gonna be feeling pretty weird today because I told you guys that my allergist told me to take 4 Zyrtec a day on top of like my other prescription stuff she gave me, but like just as a baseline, she's like, Miki, take 4 Zyrtec a day for your stuff. And I took 2 of them today because I didn't get to pick up the medication till this afternoon. And already taking 2 Zyrtec, like I was like, yeah, I feel a little off. I normally don't feel the drowsiness, but I felt a little bit of it. And then add on, you know, the fact that I drank a little. Can you get the chips off the island, please? But yeah, so I'm like, oh man, that might be rough. I might need the salt too. Because they did not salt the food at all. Here we go with the ads! No! What ads are playing on Twitch? I don't know. Couldn't be me. I just gotta get enough of the grease and black stuff to not catch the thing on fire. There. Smash burgers are good. Yeah. Well, they won't be too long. Yeah, it's 3 minutes, but you'll be back and you'll have an entire hour of ad-free viewing afterwards. So that's the great thing. Your viewing won't get interrupted afterwards. I'm doing good, Theater. How about yourself? Alright. Chugging the quarter bottle of vodka, I am able to mildly feel it now. I'm feeling it very mildly. I'm feeling like the head feeling you get. I never know how to describe it. Just the wooziness slightly, so I can officially say it is starting to hit and I'm slightly tipsy, but I'm gonna wait. Or like, I'm not tipsy. I wouldn't even consider myself tipsy, but I feel the beginnings of a buzz. So we will monitor how it progresses and then I will adjust from there. Non-alcohol, well, yeah. The thumbnail literally says drunk stream. I mean, yeah, I'm drinking. It's 4th of July. Hey, Chipotle. Wait, the fish is there? Yes, the fish is here. He knows everyone says hi. Yeah, I was like, I won't consider myself tipsy. Tipsy comes after buzz. That's why I adjusted and was like, okay, I'm starting to feel a very slight buzz. Got an ad for Wingstop and Autodesk. Truly an American experience. Hell yeah. Get drunk already? Well, Sirash, you see, I know it might be crazy to hear, but as someone who is not an alcoholic, I like to drink and then wait till I feel it and then adjust accordingly because I don't like being blackout drunk. So I like to be comfortably buzzed or tipsy. I don't really like to be full drunk. Tipsy is fun, but I don't like to go super beyond that. So I wait for the alcohol to hit, I see how I'm feeling, and then, you know, I keep it going from there. And that is called drinking responsibly. I feel the buzz, I slow down and pace myself. Too many alcoholics. Yeah, exactly. And that's why, like I said, I have a general idea of how much it takes for me to get buzzed. Which is why I like chugged a quarter the bottle of vodka. And then I told you guys I would wait 30 minutes to an hour to see if it hits. See how I feel and decide from there. You're like killed people while drunk, so get that stuff into yourself. Bro, shut up. Oh man. Just a little tipsy. Someone says while stumbling around and falls down. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not tipsy right now. I just feel the beginning of a buzz. Hi Vex, welcome in. Sorry, I'm eating my Chipotle now too. I drank a quarter of the bottle of vodka. I told you guys. I told you I'm not a lightweight. So like that's how much I have to drink. Ironically. I had a little bit of the wine and alcoholic Mountain Dew too, but... Would it be funny to react to that compilation video of your drunk Minecraft stream once you get tipsy? I don't know. I mean, I already reacted to it once. We'll see. I could drink more, but I work tomorrow. That's fair. Again, I'm a huge advocate for drinking responsibly. Know your limits. Don't go beyond that. Getting blackout drunk is not fun or cool. And especially if you have stuff that you have to do tomorrow, don't go crazy. No, the Mountain Dew is low-key awful. The Mountain Dew is low-key awful. I just switched back to my vodka. Siraj, you're an alcoholic. Do not compare your standards to normal people. I would not be considered a lightweight. Many people get drunk off of 1 to 2 drinks. I didn't even start feeling buzzed until like... I don't know. I would say like 7-ish shots in. Which is why I just chugged a quarter bottle of the vodka with confidence. Because I know it's not going to be an issue. Like, I have a general idea of how much I drink before I start feeling buzzed. I'm currently eating my leftover Chipotle right now. I forgot I had it. I was going to cook some pasta later. Or have fish magically conjure up some pasta for me. But I forgot about my Chipotle, so I'm having that now. And I'm eating it with tortilla chips. Honestly, good for you, Grish. Like I said, I drink maybe max 2 to 3 times a year. And low-key, it's only for content. I don't even do it for fun. The only time I drink is when I'm on camera. Which, you know, isn't necessarily a good thing. If you, like, really think about it too hard. But, like, I don't know. I don't know. The people like it, and I get paid, so it is what it is. I'm too hungover. Rest in peace, Zero. Back on the laptop at a weekend safety meeting, running in the background. All good, boo. No, it does not, Gris. I'm not gonna lie, alcohol tastes horrible. That's why I don't drink it. It's not worth it, man. Especially as someone that has a higher tolerance, the amount I have to drink just sucks. I don't enjoy drinking because it doesn't taste good. Is it really directly tied to dehydration hangovers? No wonder I never get hungover. I actually drink more than the recommended daily amount of water. I drink so much water. Will a stretch help with getting drunk? Because of increased blood flow? I don't know. We'll see. Here, I'll stretch in a sec. Alright, let's see. No problem, Vex. Take care of yourself. Okay. Did a big stretch. My kidneys are jealous. Dude, it's not that hard to drink water. I don't know why so many people are like allergic to water. If you drink 1 cup for every ounce of alcohol, you will either not get or greatly diminish your hangover. That's fair. Huh. Well, you know. Yeah, I feel you, Tail. Like I said, I only really drink whenever it's for a special occasion. Which is typically content related, because I don't like drinking. I think those people have rabies fair. Miki is the natural enemy of alcoholics, yeah. Consume a 2-liter pop bottle that I use as a water bottle daily? I see. How much do I consume? Yeah, I easily consume like... I would say 3 to 4 liters of water a day. Or I don't know, man. And that's not a casual day. Like, not even like a I'm thirsty day. That's like... You know how there's like maintenance calories and then there's like cutting calories? My maintenance is like 3 liters a day. On a thirsty day, like 5 liters. I don't know. But here's the thing. I almost exclusively drink water. I don't drink soda or tea. I occasionally drink tea, but I mostly just drink water. What is the only thing I drink? Yeah, literally me, Inkle. I mean, daily I drink water multiple times a meal, so it gets covered, but that means intake is only about thrice a day. There. Some flavored water? I don't even drink flavored water. I've never understood people that can't drink plain water. I love being hydrated. What does a dehydrate command even mean? What does that even mean, bro? How can I dehydrate myself? Eat a saltine cracker? Like... I think I recommended you drink up to 4 liter daily. Drink that in the summer. For the rest of the year, I consume 2 liter. Yeah, that's fair. Like I said, I would say like 2.5 to 3 liters a day average. But because of my medication, sometimes like I do, some of my medications have a diuretic effect. Malfoy, thank you for the follow, which means that I lose water. So if I'm like feeling especially thirsty, I might go up to like, you know, 5 liters. But typically I would say my safe is around like 3. 3 to 4. Alcohol and saltine cracker combo? Dude, I love saltine crackers. I unironically eat them as a snack. They're good. I just love salty things in general. Sorry, I like knocked rice onto my shirt. Yummy! The favorite chatters here, Tank. Sarash was asking about you earlier. I said you might be busy because it's 4th of July. Oh, well, I just saw that, Sarash. Hey, mine's think alike. Simple answer, their taste buds are F from all the sugar in the average American diet. That's fair. Low-key, I eat pretty clean. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, man, I eat like trash. But then I think about the average American and I'm like, actually, man, I probably eat better than the average American. Like, I eat 1 meal a day typically. And then like a snack. But the snack, like, maybe could be considered a smaller meal. But that's only if I'm like especially hungry afterwards. So I do the whole like, what's it called? Intermittent fasting. So I do that. I eat like 1 large meal a day. In the evenings, like for dinner. And I typically eat something decent. Like, I don't eat garbage. Yeah, I eat mostly Asian food. So I'll have like a rice, a protein, an egg, and like some veggies. And then I eat that around like 7 p.m. And then if I'm feeling hungry after stream, I'll just eat some leftovers or I'll have like a small little snack or something. Today was different. Sometimes the weekends are different because I had dinner with, or lunch with my family. And I ate with them around 1 p.m. So it's been a while since I've eaten, so I'm having my leftover Chipotle now. It's one to no one, though. I'm doing better about drinking more water. Fair, fair. I hate how sweet everything is. Me too. I'm not really a fan of sweet stuff. Same here. I think I eat like crap, but then I look at my fridge, freezer, and cupboard, and then look at my body and go, nope, I'm eating healthy. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think I'm doing bad, but realistically, even when I like eat out, I don't go to normal fast food places. Like, I'll go to restaurants that are cheaper. Like, there's a Vietnamese place that has like grilled pork and stuff that I've been eating more than I should, but it's actual food. It's not like the artificial fake stuff that, you know, McDonald's is. Like, it's real food. Would it be better if I made it at home? Yeah, but it's still good because, like, low-key, your girl is disabled. And so, I can't always cook. But the great thing is, like, I'm fortunate enough that I have the financial stability that I can go to a restaurant and, like, order Vietnamese food or something rather than fast food, and then it's still better for me. Dude, I love plain white rice. Yes, I don't need butter or anything. Like, I had salt, but that's also just my medical stuff talking. I'm, like, very deficient with sodium and things, but yeah. Or, like, I'll eat a fried egg with my rice, and I'll just let the egg yolk crack over the top of my, rice and eat that. Very delicious. Ralph, thank you for the follow. Hi, great. Welcome in also. Thank you, Hillbilly. Happy 4th of July to you as well. I love butter noodles. I don't even put butter on my noodles, low-key. What can I expect from your streams? We do a lot of stuff here. Right now, 4th of July, I've been drinking a little bit. So we're in a chatting stream, we're all hanging out. I play a lot of indie games, as well as horror and story-based. If you are looking for epic gamership, this is not the place. I suck at games. But I like story-based things. I like long in-depth talks about like cool stuff like philosophy or social commentary. Who knows? I think my biggest strong suit is my ability to talk about anything. So mostly I'm just a yapaholic, I guess. My friend is the opposite with salt. You can't have much. My doctors literally prescribed me salt. I have to put it on literally everything or I'll freaking die, bro. Because it's the easiest way to regulate your blood pressure. And like, because you know how everyone's like, oh, salt causes high blood pressure. Well, if you're suffering with low blood pressure, salt is the easiest way to get it up. Like, I straight up eat handfuls of it, and people will be like, Miki, you're gonna die from high blood pressure. Like, no, bro. My doctor literally says for me to eat handfuls of salt to raise my blood pressure so I don't freaking die. A cookie on my head? I don't know what you mean by that. Welcome in, Barry. Sorry if I haven't tuned into your gaming streams. I feel like a distraction every time a streamer plays a game. No! You're fine, Gris. Loki. I'm never focused on the game, so you're welcome anytime. And that's another reason I play games that are story-based. Because I like to just stop and yap. I never like to focus too much on a game. And so I intentionally play games that are easy to pause or yap about. So that I can just stop and talk. So honestly, 90% of my streams are chatting streams. Just with like a game in the background. I wanted to ask, were you ever on a weight management diet when you were in sports? If so, do you remember what it was? I do not remember. So I wasn't really on any specific diet, but I ate like a beast, bro. I wish I was joking. I ate like Michael Phelps, training for the Olympics. Because I specifically remember this, because when I was in 7th grade, there's what, like, I was like 12. And for my health class, we were required to track our calorie intake. And so specifically, I tracked my calorie intake for the entire day. And I remember like having like 9,000 calories a day is how much I ate. And when I put it on the board, this is where I mentioned that I looked anorexic. Like legitimately, doctors accused my parents of malnutrition very commonly when I was a child. They would always say they weren't feeding me properly. So when I submitted my thing to like be like, oh, this is how much I ate. And when it was nearly 9,000 calories in one day, my teacher was like, that's absolute BS, Miki. There's no way. But the reality is, I was just incredibly athletic. For those of you that are new here, when I was younger, I played on a national softball team here in America. I feel like if you aren't well-versed in sports, you wouldn't know that there are national leagues for children, but there are. So, I played on a national softball team, plus I ran a lot. When I got into high school, I was running 10 plus miles a day just to stay in shape. So I had a very fast metabolism and I was incredibly athletic. Like, I did softball, I did soccer, also known as football for all my European folks. I did gymnastics. I did long distance running. I did a lot of stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. As a kid, I was eating like 9,000 calories a day, and the doctors were still accusing my parents of malnutrition. But really, your girl just liked to move it, if you will. So, yeah. I don't know, man. I was never on a particular diet. I had a good enough metabolism, and I essentially worked out so much I could eat whatever I wanted. I just ate anything and everything I could get my hands on just so I could try to stay maintaining my weight. Do you accept any suggestions for games? Not typically. Good night, Suraj. Take care of yourself. I know the difference between soccer and football. Yes. I'm just joking because the World Cup is right now. I'm like, haha, football. I was the same growing up, still am. Did a lot of cross-country running for school sports teams. So I do 28-kilometer runs every day. That's fair. I mentioned it before, but unfortunately, when I hit my 20s, I did become disabled. I will not elaborate, but I will say I very much miss my athletic life a lot. Like, I don't know, man. It's been like 6 years now. Actually, more technically. Probably 6 years diagnosed almost, but like... Okay, but almost 8. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a caged animal sometimes because I can't do the stuff I used to. Like, it's crazy going from someone that runs 10 miles a day to like having a hard time getting out of bed. And so I try my best. And my goal is one day to be able to get the strength back to be able to do at least a fraction of what I used to be able to. But I really miss it. And again, I like I said, I hate feeling like a caged animal. I almost feel... Sorry, you guys wouldn't get this from Sober Miki. Sober Miki doesn't like talking about this stuff because it makes me really depressed. But like... The best way to describe it is I feel low-key claustrophobic in my own body. I don't know. Like, I feel like a prisoner of my own body just stuck inside and I can't do anything I want. But I hope that one day, because, you know, my stuff is not curable, I hope that one day there will at least be some level of treatment available where I could manage my symptoms enough to get at least a fraction of what I used to be able to do back. Are you tiny? I mean, I'm tall, so I can't really be considered tiny because I'm like 5'9", but... I don't know, I've been playing a game that has a great story. I mean, you can still let me know, Shamari. I came for the World Cup and I got super mad after seeing the whole thing about them painting over the whale mural in Dallas. Yeah. Fair. I can't sit for hours on end with my ADHD. Gotta go for a run. That's what I'm saying. That was the hardest part for me. Yeah, I'm unfortunately taller than all of them. I wish I was short. I wish I was short, bro. Thank you, Boo. I appreciate it. I mean, as it stands, when it comes to current medical advancements, there is no help for me. And unfortunately, it is a degenerative issue. So, I've just kind of been getting worse over the last few years. I would say I'm at least, thankfully, at a point where I've started mentally coming to terms with my condition. And rather than, like, being upset and trying to fight it, I do my best to just remember that, like, it's okay. And then even though I miss what I used to do, I found a new normal, because the reality is, I would have, like, never become a VTuber low-key if I hadn't become disabled. So, I don't know. I feel like every closed door opens a new door. And even though it's different doesn't always mean bad. And that's what I try to tell myself. So I'd like to be able to get back to where I used to be. I mean, I don't ever expect to be there, because again, with current medicine, there's currently, like, you know, no cure, no treatment, nothing like that. But I hope one day I'll at least be able to do a fraction of what I used to. Just so, you know, I don't know, I miss my old hobbies. Like, I used to be a dancer, and I love running. I love to run, but I can't run anymore. So I don't know, maybe one day, even if I could just dance a little. That's why, like, one of my dreams as a VTuber, I want to have a 3D concert. I want to be able to dance for everybody. I think it would be cool. Like, realistically speaking, because of my condition, I might not be able to do a live 3D stream. I might have to pre-record it. But even then, just knowing that I'm the one dancing and not, like, an MMG that I downloaded off the internet, that would make me so happy, you know? So that's my goal for one day. Good vibes here. That's all we enjoy having in your stream. There. Yeah. There was tall lady and short, expressive short person dynamic. Sound interesting? Fair. I don't know, I'll get there one day. I just try to take it one day at a time. This is me thinking out loud, but I wonder what a cure for degenerative diseases looks like. I can tell you. But the problem is with me is I don't know if I'd be willing to take it. And a lot of it comes down to moral and religious beliefs. I mean, one of the big things is, sorry, this is about to get, like, really, like, dystopian for everyone. Especially because a lot of people aren't educated on these subjects. But for a condition like mine, a lot of the cures they're looking into, let's just say they rely on embryonic tissues. And if you don't know what that means, let's just say dead babies. Tissue from dead babies that is then turned into a medication so that you can regenerate things. And I, both morally and religiously, don't feel great about that. Any derivative of that sort of thing, I don't feel okay with that. And although, and so then it becomes a hard thing for me where I'm like, man, I mean, I would love to feel better. But at the same time, both morally and religiously, I don't think I could ever be okay taking a medication or taking part in a treatment that sourced materials from something like that. So I'm kind of in this weird spot where I'm like having to come to terms with like low-key just being like this forever, just because I value my my moral and religious beliefs more than I value recovering from my condition. So Yeah. It's just a really, like, weird space. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna judge anyone that decides to go that route. Because, again, like, this stuff is crippling to deal with. But, I don't know. I'm just in a weird spot where I really want to feel better and get my life back. But I just don't know if I could live with the moral burden of essentially getting my body back at the cost of that sort of thing. I may no longer be involved in a religion, but I can agree with you on moral. That's why I say morally and religiously. It's just a very gray area. It just, I don't know. I just haven't played. I mean, I'm not gonna die. I can reassure you guys, I will not die from my condition. I will just gradually lose quality of life over time. But that's where it's like, it's something that I'm like trying to mentally come to terms with. I don't know. Ignorance is bliss in many cases, yeah. Hi, Liam, welcome in. What if it's not a human baby, but like a pig or a goat? I mean, I do feel like there's a difference there. But if it's specifically a human, especially embryo or a fetal tissue, I do not like things that, I mean, they even, again, super dark. If you wouldn't know, no, I would not final because anything I put into my body, I try to be relatively intentional about. And there's a lot of bad stuff out there. But that's just one of my really big boundaries is I do not want to consume things that use that sort of ingredient, if you will. Because, I'm not gonna lie, chat. I might, like, make you feel a little sick to your stomach right now. But I guarantee all of you have eaten that kind of material at some point in your life. And I'm not here to shame anyone because I have too. But, you'd be surprised how often it is included. It is in fact commonly used as a flavor enhancer. I'm not drunk right now, Michael. No, I am talking about human fetal tissue. I'm talking about human fetal tissue specifically. Specifically from the kidney is often used as a flavor enhancer. Like I said, I'm not judging it. It's in a lot of things, but it's just like... It's one of those things where once you know, you feel weird about it. And, obviously companies always use different names to, like, hide what it actually is. But if you do a little bit of research, it's actually very, very common. And then, I don't know. It's one of those things where you feel different after it. And you're like, I kind of don't want to ever eat that again. Or consume that kind of stuff again. Why is my name highlighted? It's because you have a membership, Michael. You must have got one as a gift at some point. That's why I'm not on meds. Plus, I get to a point where my life where I no longer need them. That's fair. Like I said, I want to know what it is. Now, let me remember what the technical term is. Here, I can try to Google it. There's a company known as Cenomics, which utilized, here's one, HEK 293, which was derived from fetal kidney tissue. This one specifically was in 1973. I can't remember everything that was in it. I would have to find the exact stuff, but am I gonna leave it here? No. I think they probably won't remember the stuff they experienced either. Oh yeah, they're pretty gnarly stuff humans encounter before realizing it. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like a Pandora's box, where it's like people consume these things every day and never think, but like once you know that's what it is, you start to feel weird about it. And then I'm kind of like, no, I don't really want to. Why are we talking about this? Because it is relevant to a conversation we're having. So again, that's where I say that it's one of those things where like if you don't know about it, that's fine and all. But once you know it's a real thing, you're like, I don't really want to want that anymore. And it's the same as like my medication, where it's like, if I didn't know any better, I'd be fine taking the medication. But now that I know that's where they're deriving a lot of potential cures from, I'm not really eager to take that kind of medication because I know where it's from, you know? I don't know. Anyways. You know, if you have a shark cult, why not a fish cult? That is a great question. I should get to know. Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not the kind of person that's like, everybody needs to educate themselves, blah, blah, blah. Like, ultimately, that's your own thing. Because again, it's a Pandora's box where like, once you open it, you can't really put it all back in. You never really forget those things. If it's synthetic... Oh, if it's synthesized? If the initial conception is from real fetal tissue, I don't like it. Because specifically, like there's a lot of people that they grow tissue, they take like the initial cells and then they grow it. To where like, yes, technically it is synthetic. It was never part of like an actual fetus or whatever. But I still have a problem with that. If the origin was based in real living fetal tissue and things like that, absolutely not. Some things can never be unlearned. Exactly. That's why I say Pandora's box. Once it's open, you can never put the things back inside. So, if it doesn't kill me, I don't care. I feel like I have that mindset. And you know, some people do. But some people don't. And that's where I say I'm the kind of person that once I find about these things, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I don't really like that. And I don't want to partake in it. And like I said, with my condition, a lot of research and breakthroughs are made using, you know, fetal tissue. And it's pointing to the likelihood that a lot of potential cures for problems like mine will be derived from the use of fetal tissue, synthesized or otherwise. And I don't morally or religiously feel good about that, to where even if it would make me feel better, I don't know that it's worth it to feel better if that's where it's derived from, you know? So that's where the whole conversation started. I would put Pandora's box into a volcano, not a chamber surrounded by lava, just put it into the lava. Fair. It's a little bit of ignorance is bliss area, where I think it would be wiser to choose ignorance, but curiosity killed the cat. Yeah, that's true. And that's true. And that's where a lot of it is, where it's like, obviously, everyone is free to, you know, educate themselves or research as much or as little as possible. And I'm not really going to fault someone one way or the other on what they decide to do. Because again, Pandora's box, once it's open, you can't put everything back inside. And then you're just kind of left with that permanent knowledge of like, wow, that's low-key messed up. I'm not gonna lie. So anyways, his life. I will say real quick, chat, I might perchance need to run to the restroom here in just a moment. Because I have been drinking a lot today. And I low-key might need to use the restroom a little. Curiosity isn't necessarily a bad thing, that's what I'm saying. So, anyways, but yeah, I might be just very quickly running to the bathroom because we don't have an ad break for another, like, 20-25 minutes. So I'm going to probably switch you guys over to the BRB screen real quick. I'll be gone. I'm gonna put the 5-minute timer on just to give me a second to get up and stretch if I realize, like, oh, man, I really need a stretch. But realistically, it'll probably be 2 to 3 minutes. So I will do that. And also while I'm gone, since it's gonna be a couple minutes and I'll just be on the BRB screen, I am gonna run a 3-minute ad before you get your pitchforks on Twitch. The ad is on Twitch specifically, by the way. It's because the next 3 minutes of ads are gonna come up in like 25 minutes. This channel is not 18 plus, no. I just ask that, you know, be mature. But while we're on the BRB screen, I'm gonna go ahead and run the 3-minute ads, just so we can theoretically. Oh wait, will it remove? Oh yeah, it says running the 3-minute ad will remove the upcoming auto ad. So if I run 3 minutes while I'm in the bathroom, then you won't have to watch the 3 minutes soon. And so then bam, you won't miss out on anything, okay? Cool. Glad we're all on the same page. So I will be here. Let me get my countdown timer actually fixed real quick. So even though it says 5 minutes, low-key, guys, it's probably going to be like 3. I'll run the ad really quick on Twitch too, but I will see you in just a moment, okay? Alright, cool. I'll see you. back, everyone. Sorry, it actually was 5 minutes, apparently. I'm good. I realized that I have, like, very poor perception of time when inebriated. Like, I was like, oh, yeah, it'll just be a minute or two. But I started talking to Fish, that's fine. But I was like, oh, my timer's about to end. And my timer was set to 5 minutes. So, it is what it is. Is 5 minutes, 2 seconds? No, it wasn't, because I literally had a timer on screen. Leave me alone. What are we drinking? I chugged a quarter bottle of vodka earlier. I'm eating a banana now. Fish bought bananas earlier, and they're still kind of green. I love green bananas. I don't like them when they get full yellow where they have spots. They get too sweet. Am I crazy for that? I like bananas when they're still a little bit green. Lord, thank you for the follow. Hi, Kyrie. Welcome in. You're not drunk? I mean, I wouldn't say I'm drunk. I'd say I'm buzzed. Green bananas kind of dry the mouth out, though. No, I don't get them when they're fully green. I'm talking yellow with, like, a little bit of green hinge still. I love it. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you. Thank you, everyone that understands me. Yeah, I'm not talking fully green. I'm talking yellow, but they're still, like, low-key green at the ends and have a slight green tinge. Like, they're almost ripe, but not quite. They're so good. Literally the only bananas I like. You sell art? No, I don't. Oh, but guys, I forgot to mention. I do have merch, though. Thank you, Final. I do have merch, you guys. I forgot to really plug it that much. If you type ! merch, I have hoodies, I have t-shirts, and pre-orders are currently open for keychains and standees. I made the keychains myself. I drew the art myself. The keychain and standees are currently on pre-order. Price will go up a little bit, but pre-orders are open until the end of July. And then I will be sending them all off. You drop the link, it's in chat right now. If you type ! merch, you'll be able to see it. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, whoever was asking if I'm drunk, yeah. I told you guys, I'm kind of a heavyweight. But the reality is, I don't really like being fully drunk. Hello, welcome in, Link. And the sale ends after July, yes. Once they are off pre-order, then they will go up to full price. Drunk fit? Exactly. Not drunk enough. I don't like being fully drunk. But guys, again, to be fair, I literally chugged a quarter bottle of vodka. I mean, I don't know. I just don't like being fully inebriated. I like to be in control of myself still. And that's why I say, like, I'm not a lightweight. I'm kind of a heavyweight because, like, a quarter bottle of vodka, man. I'm not even slurring my words. I can feel it in my head. And that's the crazy thing. I'm like, bro, if I wanted to be an alcoholic, I'd probably be like an incognito alcoholic, but I only drink like twice a year. Like, people wouldn't even know if I've been drinking, bro. Can you walk straight? Yeah. I literally could. Define heavyweight. I just chugged a quarter bottle of vodka and I'm still like fully fine. I don't slur my words. I can literally walk heel to toe in a straight line. I don't stumble. I mean, do I sound drunk right now? Like, let's be for real. Once you start slurring your words, that's where the fun starts. Yeah, that's like the max where I go. How big a bottle? Like 750 milliliters. I don't know. Like, it's not crazy. But just to like chug that all in one sitting, like maybe an hour ago, I'm probably about to drink slightly more. I just was giving myself my baseline, and that was all at once, by the way. So, what is that? That's like 220-ish. That's like 200 and I don't know, something milliliters. But I chugged it all in one sitting. That was not spaced out, by the way. That was like all in one sitting. And then I was just waiting for it to kick in until I decide to adjust from there. But yeah, once your words are slurring, there's no point drinking anymore. Yeah, that's fair. Can you see your fingers? Yeah, why wouldn't I be able to? Miki would be the alcoholic that only felt the effects after she stopped drinking. Honestly, yeah. I don't know. I don't like addictive substances. I don't like drinking alcohol. I don't really drink caffeine. I don't do drugs. I don't do anything. I'm a good girl. I behave myself. You have had at least 4 documented drunk streams? Yeah. Okay, but again, keep in... Oh. There starts the fireworks. But keep in mind here, I was having like 15 shots for it. What? Kavion? I don't know. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, like, for my drunk streams, please mind you, I had like... I don't know. I mean, I measure with my heart. I have between 10 to 15 shots, probably. And then that's where I started getting a little drunk. What I drink? I don't know. I don't know. I'm living my best life. You said it right there. Kavion? I don't remember how I said it. I have short-term memory loss, bro. Kavion? Hopefully that's what it was. Miki actually walks better when drunk. Unironically, I do, Eldon. I was literally talking to Fish about that. I was like, how can I walk heel to toe while drunk but not sober? Unironically, I literally function better drunk than sober. I saw fireworks today. Nice. Been hearing the fireworks for like 2 weeks now. Fair. About 22.5 ounce roughly, I guess. Now let me make sure I know how much is in this bottle. I could have sworn I saw 750. Yeah. So 750 milliliters. And that's like... So hold on, sorry. I don't know. The shot isn't an ounce, it's like 1.5 ounce. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Around there, so hold on. I don't know. So I'm like at... Sorry. How are you guys doing? I heard it. Shark Angel is drunk. I'm not really drunk now, I wouldn't say. Oh, hold on. My mom sent me a video. I guess she's out at seeing fireworks right now. Oh, well. Alright, sorry. 1 second. Why do people in my neighborhood do fireworks like weeks before? I don't know, man. They always do that stuff. She's buzzed? Yeah. Okay, so we'll do that. So, I'm doing math to guess about how much I've drank. Because I just chugged it straight from the bottle. Yeah, so I've had like 4.5-ish shots, I guess, right now. If we're getting really technical. I don't know. Carson, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. So that's why I'm like low-key chilling still. I don't like drinking and being overly inebriated, so I'm living my life. Chug, chug, chug. That's a good point. I'll take care of yourself. I appreciate you being here. Can y'all hear the fireworks in my mic? I know last night people could. This is our version of an alcohol test. LMAO. Yeah, exactly, Tier. Like, somewhere around there. I did the math. No? Okay. That's cool. Because they are pretty loud and they are annoying. Damn, that banana was good. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Not gonna lie. I hear nothing but you talking. Okay, fair. I mean, you should hear the music in the background, too. I enjoy bartending and drink making. Yeah, that's fair. Some people underpour, so it can be like anywhere from 1 to 1.5 ounces. So, yeah, we've been around and about there. The banana hits different. I know, especially when they're underripe, but it's such a small window. Maybe it's the noise suppression. Well, yeah, it is that, but the fireworks were loud enough yesterday that people were mentioning they could hear it. So that's why I was curious, because they are loud today. I would argue it feels like they're louder today than they were yesterday, actually. Would it be, would it be? Yeah. Man, I low-key might... Bananas were for fish, bro. The bananas were for fish. I don't even like bananas, man. That banana did slap. I low-key... Alright, fish is getting me another banana, guy. Oh yeah, that's right. I literally binge-watched the Planet of the Apes movies recently. Literally this week. So I'm in a banana mood. I'm feeling like a monkey. You know the Skillet song, Monster? I feel like a monster. I feel like a monkey. And monkey want banana. Is this one green still? Okay, this one is more yellow. Can you get one of the more greener ones? Fish? I'm sorry, I'm picky. This monkey is picky. I want green banana, not yellow banana. Anyways, I'm trying to be a silly little guy. You're all good. Oh, damn. That one was loud, too. I hate people that set off fireworks. It is illegal to set off fireworks here. I must mention that. No problem, Cam. Take care of yourself. And that's also fair, Boot. I keep my volume pretty low, too. Miki is returning to monkey. It's true. It's true. Yeah, that one sounded a little bit closer. It was a little louder. Reject humanity, return to monkey. Exactly. Yeah, it was a faint pop for y'all. It's loud for me. I hate fireworks. Fight the power, my firework friends. Light the sky on fire. No, it's illegal. Follow the rules. Follow the rules. I mean, I wear my mixing headphones when I'm home. I don't have anything coming aside from what sounded like something slamming on your desk. Oh, I see. I mean, I don't think anything slammed on my desk. Might have been the fireworks you were hearing, because I haven't touched my desk at all. I can't tell whether fireworks is from my neighborhood or their stream. Oh my lord. I hear one every now and then, but it's very occasional. That's fair. Yeah, it is pretty occasional right now. No one's like popping them off too much. Oh lord, we got another LARPer in chat, you guys. Hi, CD. Honestly, that's fair though, Tier. I mean, I feel like my acoustics suck. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Tier, if you didn't know this, I literally am streaming in a dining room that has a full wall mirror. And it is, I have like 12-foot ceilings. And also, behind me is the entire kitchen, and it's like an open floor plan. So I feel like I have horrible acoustics. So, I mean, I guess if you don't think it... Your mic sounds so much better than mine, TBH. Well, to be honest, I do have the Shure SM7B, so I do have an expensive setup. But I still sometimes am like, man, my mic... I don't like how it sounds. Like, I feel like I have bad acoustics, but it is what it is. Write me a poem about why Miki is awesome, bruh. Audio Technica 2020, I see. Not even XLR. Yeah, Tech put me on this mic. But I feel like once I get a proper, like, acoustic area, it'll sound way better. Yeah, I know we have Zevro. Have y'all seen, like, the LARP trend where, like, people are, like, LARPing everything? TBH, what's the mic shape? Mine? What do you mean? Like a cardioid or whatever, if that's what you mean. I don't know all the words. I have the same one Tech has, but because of how echoey it is in here, I have like a giant foam ball. Not like a normal ball covering the mic, but it's a chamber. Oh, it's cylindrical. It's a cardioid or whatever. Again, same what Tech has. Give me a sec. Yeah, I have like a big thing, not a normal pop filter that would slide over. Hey, it's like a giant ball that I put over my mic. It essentially creates a chamber around it, and that's why it blocks like half my screen, because it makes it so bulky. But it at least helps. No, I told you, Tier, that's what it is. I have a Shure SM7B, yeah. I I told you that's what I have a Shure SM7B hooked up to a Go XLR. I literally have the exact same thing as tech. But because of my location and I can't really sound treat it in here, I have like the big foam isolation ball over it, different from a pop filter like thingy that goes over. I don't know. And that helps with some of the echoiness, but once I get into a proper setup, like I had mentioned, like 2 weeks or so, hopefully, it should be better. My Go XLR doesn't receive updates anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I got whatever tech told me to because he's the tech whiz here, and he said to get it, and then that's what I have now. It's got fancy RGB, I guess. Hi, Michael. Welcome back. Glad to have you here. So, yeah, I don't know. Take a look at DMs. Alright, I see. I just realized there's actually several things here I didn't look at. Do-do-do. Sorry, I'm just reading the other messages. Alright, cool. What are we talking about now? We were talking about microphones there for a moment. Definitely feeling it now. Feeling what? Oh yeah, we were talking about my mic setup. Yep, it's true. Cool, because you can modulate your voice in real time with it, though. Yeah, I've never used any of those features, though. Oh, the buzz? I mean, no more than I was 5 minutes ago. I don't really like being, like, drunk. Oh, dude. This acid reef. Hold on. Dude, that's also why I started being like, I don't want to drink. Dude, I was having acid reflux earlier. And that was just not great. Ooh. What, Probs made a mistake? What do you mean you Probs made a mistake? Ugh, I just need money to buy good equipment for both streaming and gaming and work. I'm an animator. Oh, nice. Oh, dehydrated eat. Drink plenty of water. Drinking water is important, you guys. You are made up of so much water, so you need to drink it so you don't die. I don't want anybody dying, so hydrate or dihydrate. You know what I mean? So those are the only two options in life at the end of the day. Hydrate or dihydrate. And I would prefer you guys hydrate over dihydrate. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Also, I just remembered, I feel like this is something I should mention. I am moving the 3D stream. I was gonna do my 3D debut. Actually, I might have to move it a little longer, dude. My schedule's packed, so I was gonna do it yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, tomorrow. But if y'all weren't here for the beginning of stream, long story short, I low-key took out my knee today. And it low-key hurts a lot to like stand or move my leg. Long story short, I tripped. I hit my knee on a cabinet. I gouged my kneecap open. It hurts really bad and is really bruised. So like, I was excited with my full body tracking and everything, but now I'm like, is it any better? It just hurts now. And I think it's gonna hurt even more tomorrow. Yeah, they literally took my knees, Eldon. You predicted it. So I was gonna do my 3D debut tomorrow, but now I'm kind of like, my knee low-key hurts, and I foresee it hurting more tomorrow? How did it happen? Like I said, I tripped. I am unfortunately very clumsy. And so I was getting out of bed in the morning, and just the way I tripped, I hit my knee on like a sharp part of the cabinet, like where the handle was. And I low-key gouged my knee a little bit. And then also it's definitely super bruised. So yeah, it doesn't feel great. And so I mean, I can still walk, yeah, but I wanted to do a 3D stream and I wanted to, you know, be able to utilize my full body tracking and this and that. But I just foresee myself not feeling great tomorrow. Like in my leg, in my... Sorry, hiccups. In my knee, and so I'm like, maybe I'll just wait until I feel a little better. But then I realized I was like, I'll do it next week. But then I was like, oh god, I have so much stuff coming. I don't know if I want to do it next week. And then the weekend after, My little sister is getting married. And she's having her bachelorette weekend. And I'm like, oh man, I think I'm gonna have to miss the whole weekend because she wants me to go out with her. And like our friend, she wants to have a bachelorette weekend. And I'm like, not a social person. I don't really enjoy the idea of being out of the house for 3 days. But it's my little sister. She's getting married. So I'm trying to like be supportive. But your homegirl has agoraphobia. So I don't feel great about it. So then I'm like, oh my god, am I not going to be able to do my debut for my 3D until like the end of July? I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. I was a VTuber once, but then I got an arrow to the knee. Yes. Yeah, cabinet to the knee. Yep. That's true. Like I said, it hurts. Get a good balance of social life and antisocial. I don't like leaving the house, bro. I found out my mom will be there, so I'll know my mom and my little sister, but I don't know any of the other people. And guys, your girl is crippling anxiety. I don't leave the house again. I am literally agoraphobic. And, oh, well, I do now because of Zevro, apparently. No, she's not getting married next weekend. My little sister is getting married in January, but she's doing like a bachelorette thing the weekend of the 17th to like the 19th, which is not next weekend, but the weekend after. And it's gonna be a couple hours away. And she like wants us to be there Friday night through Sunday morning. And again, dude, I don't like being out of the house for more than like 3 hours at a time. 3 days, bro? Oh, man. People are shooting so many fireworks. Bro, they irritating me for real. Yeah, dude, I don't like it. I'm not social. And again, like I said, I have agoraphobia. And that's not like a TikTok diagnosis. I legitimately... I don't like leaving the house. Like, it gives me so much anxiety just thinking about it. And having to be around strangers and not be in my own home for multiple days. Like, I'm really not excited and I feel so bad. I mentioned to my mom today. So, yes, I have legitimate agoraphobia. I have clinical agoraphobia. I do not leave my house unless it's an emergency. And I'm trying to make an exception for my little sister. And I know she'll understand if I... Like, I don't want to feel like a deadbeat sister, you know? Like, I'm her big sister. And I was talking to my mom. I'm like, oh, dude. I'm like, she wants us to get there Friday night, stay until Sunday afternoon. And I'm like, that's so long to be outside of my house. I don't know if I can do it. And I was like, maybe I could do, like, the 3-hour drive Saturday morning and hang out with her and then drive home. Like, yeah, that's like 6 hours of driving, but it's better than spending the night in an unfamiliar place. But I don't know, dude. It's so bad. And I'm like, I don't want to feel like a crappy older sister. Like, and here's the thing. Sorry, this is like also sober Miki wouldn't mention it. But like, my little sister even told me, she's like, Miki, my feelings won't be hurt if you don't want to like come. Or like if I don't want to be one of her bridesmaids. But I'm like, but I'm your big sister. That's literally my job. But she literally like told me, she's like, Miki, you don't have to feel obligated. I know you struggle to leave the house and everything. And I don't want to make you do anything you're not comfortable with. And I'm like, no, that just makes me feel bad. Like, I don't want to feel like a deadbeat older sis. So like, I want to be there. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, 3 days out of my house. Granted, it's only... technically 2 nights, but still. Oh, dude. Agoraphobia be hitting super hard with this one. Exactly. So I'm like, I don't want to feel like a deadbeat sis, but also I legitimately am getting so much anxiety. Like, I'm shaking my legs just even thinking about it, and it's 2 weeks away. Sister uses compassion. It's super effective. I know. So I'm just like, oh no, dude. Oh no. Cause I was like trying to like soft launch with my mom. Like, what if I just drive a couple hours Saturday morning to hang out and then I drive home Saturday night instead of getting there Friday night, leaving Sunday afternoon? And my mom was like, you'll be fine. I'm like, well, I won't be fine though. I need my home. I need to be stresses me out so much. But, like I said, it's just a constant battle of, like, I don't want to be a deadbeat. But I also, like, I don't know if I'm capable of it. It literally is making me sick with anxiety to think about. I don't think you're required to be a bridesmaid, but I at least make a trip for a bachelorette. Well, dude, the bridesmaid is easy. I just have to stand there, but a bachelorette, bro... Guys, I'll have you know, I don't leave the house ever. Literally, ever. Ever. I have panic attacks. I can't even go on vacation because of it. I have panic attacks if I, like, am out of the house. I can't sleep anywhere than my own home. I don't even remember the last time I spent the night somewhere other than my own home. I don't think the 2-night stay is required. That's what I'm trying to tell myself. I'm like, I'm willing to go. I just don't want to stay overnight. That's where a lot of my anxiety comes from, is I don't feel comfortable being in an unfamiliar place. Because again, it's the whole agoraphobia thing. And I'm like, would it suck? Yeah, but like, I'd be willing to wake up super early and like drive to like 2.5 hours away where she's gonna be at an Airbnb. I'm like, I will wake up Saturday morning, drive 2.5 hours to meet her, hang out all day, and then drive 2.5 hours home. I'm fine with that. It's specifically the spending the night that gives me crippling anxiety. I go to conventions, just only local ones. Fortunately, there's a lot of conventions in my area. But yeah, no, it's crippling anxiety, bro. I wish I could go places, but at the same time, I don't want to be outside of my house. That's what the internet was created for, not going out and talking to people. Yes, exactly. That's why I'm a VTuber, bro. I like to hide and stay in my house and never leave for literally any reason. Because it is so incredibly anxiety-inducing. YouTube doesn't seem to like it when I go to the emoji option. Stream gets laggy and starts to buffer. That's weird. Must be something weird on YouTube's end. How they coded stuff. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, anyways, there you go. Now y'all get to hear my conundrum. In today's world, it's too risky to travel. Well, again, it's like a lot of this is my agoraphobia. And, you know, as you guys know, my health is not entirely great. So there's, like, multiple levels to this. It's like, hey, what if I'm having health problems? The reason I'm agoraphobic is because of my health. I like being at my house. I don't like leaving the house because that means I'm in an uncontrolled environment where something could happen with my health. Vo, thank you so much for the follow. And I like being home because it's like, yeah, I can take my medication with me, but I can't take, like, everything with me to make me comfortable if something bad were to happen. And so I'm having to live without some of the luxuries that I'm used to in terms of my health. And that gives me anxiety because although, yeah, sure, maybe I'll be fine. What if I'm not fine? Like, I hate the idea of having to thug out a flare-up in an unfamiliar environment. That makes me so sick with stress. And then also, for my sister's bachelorette, like, I'm not the only one that's gonna be there. And again, remember, I'm freaking disabled, bro. And then my mom was telling me today they want to, like, go shopping and go thrifting into an antique mall. I don't mention this when I'm sober, but let's just say your girl is in a wheelchair and everybody else isn't. Dude, I'm gonna feel like such a fucking deadbeat. I can't do any of this stuff that they want to do. I literally can't. And so I get so much anxiety because I'm like, I can't keep up with normal people because of my health. If something bad were to happen, I'm not at home where I have all of my resources to take care of myself. Like, I feel like not only could I potentially... Fish won't be with me for the bachelorette. That's the thing. It'll be just me and my sister and her friends. And so and then I get the anxiety where then comes the social anxiety of like, oh my god, everyone's gonna hate me. I'm gonna ruin my little sister's bachelorette. I'm literally gonna ruin my little sister's bachelorette. Maybe just because you have a disability. I know it's not my fault, but still, I don't want to like kill the vibes for everyone else, man. Because I know I won't be able to keep up. And I've never met any of these people. And I don't like being in stressful, unfamiliar environments, especially when I'm in the minority, because it's like, even though my little sister understands, that doesn't mean everyone else will. And I don't want to feel like I'm just bringing down the vibes for everyone, because I can't keep up with everything they want to do. And so, like, that's the main reason I don't leave the house, is because, like, low-key, a girl's disabled. And I feel bad, because I feel like I'm always ruining the fun for everybody else. And so I'd rather just not be there at all. Sounds like a fun weekend, but exhausting. Yeah, I don't know. You ever think about people? Not the best way to be happy? I am happy in my controlled enclosure, aka my room. I like to be in my controlled environment. I don't like leaving it, because outside of my enclosure, the world is very scary, and it causes me to have more health problems. So it's just, most of it boiling down to is I'm just afraid it's going to not only push me into a flare-up, but like ruin the vibes for everyone else. Because there's just a lot of factors. I don't know. So I don't want to... Basically what it boils down to is... I don't want to feel like a deadbeat older sis by like skipping out on my little sister's bachelorette party. But at the same time, I don't foresee myself being able to have a good time there. I think being there for the day but not staying is something understandable. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I think I'm gonna push for. I just like... I don't know. I just always worry that like people are gonna like... I don't want to feel like a deadbeat. Like, I don't feel comfortable staying 2 nights. But I'm like, I'm willing to drive there and then drive home the same day. Like, because they're getting there Friday night and they're leaving Sunday afternoon. Even though it's like 2 hours away, I would drive Sunday morning and then drive home. I mean, not Sunday. Drive there Saturday morning and drive home Saturday night. I don't know. I just don't want to be in an unfamiliar environment. I don't know. Miki is a professional introvert, but not by choice. I mean, it is to an extent by choice, but it's just because I have such bad anxiety. Because not only is it the fear of bringing it down for everyone else, but it's also the fear of me having like health problems, and again not being at home, because like I said, I can take medication with me, and you know, I can take some of my comfort items, but the reality is if something bad were to happen to me health-wise, I'm gonna be miserable, and I don't want to be trapped in a random unfamiliar place having a health flare-up without, you know, my typical resources around me. I don't know. I feel bad for VTubers with mental and physical conditions. They shouldn't be living their lives as they are, but life just had to put random status effects. I mean, it's fair. I mean, I'm very grateful for my VTubing. It allows me to have more of a life than I would otherwise. Because, like, if it weren't for VTubing, I would never talk to another living soul, low-key. Like, I just wouldn't do anything, and I'd be that much more of an introvert. So this at least gives me some semblance of a social life. But, I don't know. Leaving the house is scary. I guess that's the moral of the story, everybody. I guess that's the moral of the story, is that leaving the house is really scary and difficult. And, be what it be. So, I don't know. Gotta do what you can do. In a few years, you won't even remember the fear you felt about being a deadbeat. In the long run, it isn't worth it to stress about this. I know, but it's... Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's just rough. At the end of the day, all it boils down to is I didn't ask for this, and like low-key, I'm still coming to terms with my condition, and I'm still grieving the life I used to have. And things like this are just like a painful reminder of everything I'm missing out on. And so it just makes it really mentally difficult. I don't like leaving the house because it typically just makes me mentally feel unwell. Because it just reminds me of like how bad my quality of life is compared to everyone else, or even compared to me like in the past, you know? And so then I just end up getting low-key depressed because I'm like, man, people are just out here living their lives being happy. Couldn't be me. Oh man. Thank you, Boot. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I'll get there one day, I guess. It's just rough. Alright, guys. Well, I guess we finally decided which version of drunk Miki. I mean, even though I'm not really drunk. Unfiltered Miki. You got depressed unfiltered Miki today. I mean, hey, that's pretty good. Last stream, you got funny inebriated Miki. Today, you get depressed Miki. But if you don't fight your fear, what do you do when you have no choice but to go out and socialize? But that's the beautiful thing. I will never have to go out and socialize. I will never have to. Because I fortunately live a life where there's no need for me to leave the house. Last time we got unhinged, yeah, you got unhinged funny Miki last time. Yeah, I just got depressed Miki this time. It's because, low-key, I'm not gonna lie though, it's from environmental factors. I had a really bad day today. Which I am not gonna go into. Let's just say it was hellish. With so much going on, and so I already went into this like, it is what it is. This Miki gives me a reality check though. Gotta keep in check with the reality. That is true, that is true. That's what I always tell people, is like everybody has their issues, but we have to find a way to keep moving forward regardless. I wish you got to see Unhinged Miki, that would have been fun. Just go look at the drunk Minecraft stream. Yeah, it'd be what it be. His life. You know, reality is your little shark just has it rough. That's what it boils down to. But I always try to be a beacon of positivity. No, you're fine, Tech. I just like, I don't know, Tech. What it boils down to is they got depressed Miki today. I mean, Tech, you know the issue that I dealt with last night to some level of extent. Let's just say it's been a rough day, bro, between all of that stuff. But I didn't talk about that. I just got in a loop of talking about my little sister is having a bachelorette weekend in 2 weeks. And as you know, I have crippling agoraphobia, and she wants us to be there Friday night through Sunday afternoon. And so I low-key just started spiraling about how I don't want to be a deadbeat older sister, but at the same time, I don't feel comfortable being out of my house for that long. And then it spiraled into depressed Miki. Yeah. How come you know, like 4th of July, the fireworks are loud and noisy and obnoxious, and I hate it. The loud noises, they don't really jump scare me, but they do spike my cortisol. And Minecraft, that makes sense. Getting drunk in Minecraft leads to chaos. Yeah, what's up, Luxury? Check it out. No, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, the reality is, and that's what I always tell people, like, everybody is in charge of themselves at the end of the day. You are in charge of your own happiness and destiny and well-being and whatever else. So, that's where I always say no matter what problems he might be facing, the best thing he can do is just keep putting one foot in front of another. Because even though days suck sometimes, you know, tomorrow's always a new day. So we got depressed Miki right now, but I'm sure I'll be better eventually. I'm gonna start cortisol maxing, please don't. You'll end up like me, bro. You'll end up like me, where I have like chronically... Oh no! Yeah, the drinking was not great with like the freaking acid reflux earlier. Ugh. I debated canceling the drunk stream, but I didn't want to. But no, don't. You're gonna be like me and have chronically high cortisol. I literally can't lower it 90% of the time. I'm always stressed. Guys, I decided what I want to talk about now. Alright, ADHD. Have you guys ever heard of a movie called Tusk? It came out in 2014. Fish and I watched it last night. And I think it is gonna be right up there with The Substance. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna... Yeah, the horror movie Tusk. I think I'm gonna put it up there with The Substance. Like, it's gonna be a new Roman Empire. I did not know what to expect going into it, but it was not that. It was not that. I really don't know what to say other than that was a time. It was the time of all time. It was a time for sure. For any of you that aren't familiar, hi Ricky. For any of you unfamiliar, I will just say there is a psychopathic man that turns a guy into a walrus of patchwork human skin. The actual description of the movie was something like a crazed man turns like a guy, both mentally and physically, into a walrus. And it's probably just as bad as you. It's not a spoiler, it's literally in the freaking description, bro. What is crazy about Tusk, it was directed by Kevin Smith, like Clerks and Jay and Silent Bob. Kevin Smith, I don't know who that is at all. Living Sirash on his phone here. You were never drunk in this stream, fake? I'm sorry I'm not an alcoholic like you are, Sirash. I'm sorry that I don't drink irresponsibly. I promise I drink plenty. Hi, Mossy. Yeah, I don't know, Tech. I'm bad with memes. I just got back from... I mean, not really super. It kind of tells you. Again, that's the whole plot of the movie. It's not a spoiler if that's the plot. Just got back from watching fireworks in real life. Nice, nice. But yeah, it was a time for sure. Dude, I love Rubber! Wait, that's peak. I literally was talking about Rubber the other day. If you guys don't know Rubber, it's about a killer sentient tire. It is actually peak, bro. I haven't seen Rubber in a really long time, so I can't compare. But I will say Tusk is probably better than Rubber. I do not know any of those. Tech, no, I do not. Someone knows Rubber? Hell yeah. Dude, it's so good. Rubber is so good. It's literally a sentient killer tire. I wish I was joking. Have you watched Killer Couch? I do not know of Killer Couch, no. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing. But Tusk was one of those things where it's like... I don't know. I was just watching it and I was like, wow, that's a thing for sure. The tire that rolls around and explodes people's heads. Yes, with its like psychonetic powers. I can't do body horror, it makes me sick. That is so fair. Vale, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, Jasmine. I was just sitting there like staring at the screen and was like, wow, this is a thing. This is a thing, man. And like the worst part is it's the kind of body horror where it's not scary. It makes you laugh, which almost makes it scarier as I was watching Tusk. Like I'm watching the movie and I'm laughing, but it's like that anxious laughter of like something is horribly wrong. And so in order to cope with how horribly wrong this is, I have no choice but to laugh. And just keep laughing as if I'm watching a comedic movie. That's the sign of a good horror. Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's the kind of horror where like you're laughing the entire time to cope with how genuinely traumatizing it is. I've seen recaps of Tusk. I could never watch the full movie. Yeah, it's crazy. It was crazy, bro. I was just like, wow, dude. I don't even know what to say or think here. It was a time. I need more movies like that. Like I said, The Substance is up there. The Substance is my Roman Empire, but now Tusk is pretty close as well. The ending was something in Tusk? Yeah. Yeah, dude. I know. I'm just like, man. That's an ending. Yup. You want one that's... it was less coherent, but have you ever watched Beau is Afraid? That was one that also is like that one feels like an acid trip as well. Except in Tusk, you're at least laughing through the whole thing. Like, yeah, wow, that's crazy. But Beau is Afraid, you're just staring at the screen the whole time like, yup, that just happened. I don't know how to think. I don't know what to feel. Like I'm seeing these things happen and I just don't think I can process what is going on, bro. I don't think I want to process what I'm currently watching. I have not. I'll put it on my tricon and watch it later. Like I said, it's would I say that Beau is Afraid is a good movie? Not necessarily, but it's a trip. Again, it just feels like a fever dream that you're watching. Can you spoil? Dude, you can't even spoil Bo is Afraid. It's just... Again, you're just gonna be staring at your screen the whole time. I can't even tell you what the movie was about. Like, so it is also like an absurdist, horror, I guess. Would it be classified as horror? It's classified as psychological horror, psychological drama, dark comedy. But it's one of those things where it's like, you're just staring at the screen and you're like, damn, bro. I can't even process. Have you seen the best martial arts movie of all time, Kung Fu Hustle? I don't believe so. No, I have not. Y'all are more social and outgoing than me. I feel so isolated. What do you mean? I'm not. So bad it's good. Oh, I wouldn't say it's so bad it's good. It's more just it's such a mind fuck. And that's why you're just like, dang. Guy who played Joker? Yeah, I believe. I think. I don't know. Yeah, it has Joaquin Phoenix, yes. Yeah, it has Joker, Joaquin Phoenix. Yes. That is why we watched it. But it's, again, it's like an absurdist thing. Like a surreal absurdism nightmare. No, it's Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix. It just... I don't know, man. Did you watch the Joker movies? I watched the first one, but I didn't watch the latest one with Lady Gaga. Because I heard negative things and I just didn't watch it. Watch action horror? That's fair. That's fair. Dude, my nose feels so stuffy right now. I'm not gonna lie. Kane, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I only watched the first one. I thought it was really good. Yeah, I joke about it all the time. I need a card like the Joker to hand out in public. Second one was more music. I mean, I like musicals. It's more just the contents of it. I wasn't really eager to watch. DC and MCU have really gone down the drain the last few years. I never was really into, like, superhero stuff. I only watch stuff because Fish, like, told me to. First one was good, yeah. I feel like I don't go out or watch many movies or films in life. I'd rather get a good network going. You probably won't remember me in the future. No, I mean, if you come back, you're fine, Gris. I mean, everybody has their own interests and hobbies and things like that. There's nothing wrong with it. It would be bad if everybody was identical. Hi, Cheetah. Welcome in. Yeah, happy 4th. Hardcore Henry is a pretty fun action movie. Don't know about action horror, but it's fun. I see. I feel like it would probably make you vomit, though. It's a first-person action movie. Oh. Yeah, that would probably make me sick. I'm not gonna lie, I do get relatively motion sick. Hardcore Henry is great. I see. I want to know what movie I watched today. I was trying to think. Sorry, you probably could see my brain cells buffering in real time. Fish and I watched a movie today. So, if you guys have not heard me talk about it before, first of all, I'm very fortunate I'm a VTuber because it's not obvious at all, thanks to the way my condition presents itself. But I have something called Tourette syndrome. And there's a movie that recently came out that won BAFTA awards and stuff about a guy with Tourette's. I love Guns Akimbo! I freaking love Guns Akimbo, sorry. Anyways. But no, this movie is called I Swear. That was such a good movie I watched today. And you wanna know the crazy thing? I am 26 years old and I have suffered from Tourette's my entire life. And it was only through watching this movie today I found out that there's no treatment for it. My entire life I've been told there's no treatment and it's just something I have to deal with, despite like the destructive habits that come with it. I found out that recently they have started trialing median nerve stimulation, which, you know what TENS units are? Essentially, it's like a little wristband you can wear that sends electrical impulses to your median nerve on your wrist at very low frequencies, and it can reduce your Tourette's and almost eliminate it depending on the person. That's crazy, and I didn't know about that. I have tried every medication under the sun. To be fair, my current neurologist is more specialized in other neurological disorders and not Tourette's, whereas my initial one was Tourette's based, but I moved away. Long story. Yeah, so she, like, we've just been cycling through medication to help things work. Tourette's does normally go away with age, but not in my case. Mine got a little more mild with age, which is another huge reason you can't notice it as much. Not only am I VTuber, but it softens itself a bit. But, like, it's still very problematic. And I'm like, that's crazy. I'm gonna have to talk to my neurologist about that. Yeah, we're going back to electroshock. Well, to be fair, it's like very low, like barely feelable. It's a long, convoluted thing, but whenever I read the explanation, it makes sense to me because I have Tourette's. It has to do with the way Tourette's manifest, but a lot of people don't even know what Tourette's is when I explain it, so it's too convoluted to explain here. But when I read the science of why it works, I was like, that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. For anyone that does know Tourette's or has Tourette's, essentially it works by a lot of your tics. The best way I describe it to people, it's like an itch that needs to be scratched. And the only way to scratch the itch is by ticking. So by having this, like, essentially, yeah, electroshock therapy, it scratches the itch before the itch shows up. So then you don't tick anymore. And so it just works by keeping the nerve stimulated, essentially. And so the itch is scratched before you even feel it. And then you no longer have to tick in order to scratch the itch. And I was like, that makes so much sense. I totally understand, like, the science behind that. And so now, low-key, I want to try it. Because my main tic is biting. I chop my teeth. My mouth is like a battlefield. I've bit through my cheek more times than I care to amount, just to the point that there's, like, flesh hanging off my mouth. I've bit through my lip. I've bit through my tongue. I have to chew gum and stuff to prevent myself from accidentally biting myself. And I also, which again, you can't really tell as much because I'm a VTuber rather than IRL. It's much more noticeable IRL. But I have, like, an eye rolling and tick and, like, an eye twitch thing and sometimes a little neck jerk. But again, VTubing doesn't really capture it very well. But even though most people don't really notice it, they just might think I'm quirky. It genuinely, a lot of my tics cause me genuine pain. Like, they cause a lot of pain, and I'm like, holy crap, if I could use this and it would reduce my tics, that would be game-changing. I mean, I have done 3D VTubing, but you still wouldn't notice it, Mossy. Because it's still mocap and facial capture. It's not going to capture all of the same nuances. Like, here, you would just think I'm blinking. You wouldn't know I'm having an eye twitch. It just looks like I'm blinking. But you still wouldn't notice. Is Tourette's an issue with the nervous system or a part of the brain? I believe it is classified as, it is neurological. Is it neurobiological? Or neurobehavioral? I can't remember. I looked it up earlier after watching the movie. It made me way more interested because I just accepted it when the doctors told me there's nothing I can do about it. But that made me interested in more in Tourette's, and, like, I was like, holy crap. Like, there's more treatments other than this crappy medication I take that, like, low-key makes me feel worse. Like, more so than it helps. Hold on. It is classified as neurodevelopmental. That is what it's classified as. See, you can see when I tick like this, it's mostly that people, they're not going to notice it in VTubing. They'll just think it's my tracking. But you'll see me do, like, a cheek puff or, like, and you would just think I'm chewing or just it's the tracking, but it's typically me ticking. You already haven't heard of it by now, as treatments aren't hindered as much? Well, because it's not Big Pharma, Mossy. It's the opposite of Big Pharma. And so that's why. instead a lot of what I take, so what this is literally just essentially a wristband you wear that shocks your wrist and is incredibly effective. So it is like very anti-pharma, because I've tried many medications throughout my life. I've tried anti-seizure medications, I've tried muscle relaxants, I've tried a bunch of medications, and most of them, the side effects outweigh the benefits, because none of them can fully get rid of Tourette's. It makes it to where I might tick slightly less or slightly less aggressively, but it never makes my tics go away. But this fully makes tics go away, and you don't have to take medication for it. That's why I just raw dog my tics, and so many people do, because like for some people medication is effective and that's great, but for a lot of people like me it's not. If anything, a lot of medication, again, the side effects were worse than the tics I was taking them to treat. So yeah, hi Nigaran, welcome in. So that's why I was like, holy crap, that's insane. Like, I don't know, I low-key almost cried like watching the movie too, because I related so much to the movie. Between like the bullying I went through, between like the low-key like mental abuse, and like even my family not understanding it because they never took me to the doctor. Fun fact, I've had Tourette's my entire life. My parents never took me to the doctor. I like low-key got yelled at, and I low-key got beat because my parents thought I was doing shit to be annoying, even though I would cry and say I couldn't control it. I mean, I don't blame my parents for being ignorant. The whole plot of the movie is that the issue isn't Tourette's, it's that people aren't educated about it, and so they don't know what it is, and so then they blame the person rather than just understanding it's uncontrollable. And so like I related a lot, because like he low-key, his family wanted nothing to do with him, which my parents weren't that bad, but again, I literally would get spanked and I would get grounded because of my tics, and I would try to tell my parents I couldn't control it, but they just thought I was a kid that was like being obnoxious and just lying to cover my ass. No, I mean, I'm good now. I'm on good terms with my parents. I don't blame them or anything. But I'm like, yeah, dude, if my parents had just been more educated about the condition, they would have never done that. So like the end of the movie, when he finds out about this wristband, he starts crying because he's like 40 years old, and he's like, doctors always told me it was uncurable and there's nothing I could do about it. So like for the last 30 years, I just stopped looking for a cure because I assumed it didn't exist. And like the wristband actually worked for him, and he was just like crying because he's like, I didn't know that it was possible to live a normal life. And like low-key, that made me kind of tear up, because it's like, I'm only 26, but that's been me my whole life. Like, I got bullied for it. I got in trouble at school at it. My parents like got mad at me as a kid, and I was always getting yelled at and told I was doing it just to be annoying. And like I eventually got diagnosed. My parents apologized, just like what happens in the movie. But like, dude, I'm constantly biting myself. I end up hurting myself because of my tics. And all of the medication is just never really worked for me. And so I'm just, that's literally me, where I just feel like, oh man, there's really no like help, I guess. And I just kind of accepted that this is my life, and I guess this is just what I have to deal with. And so watching the movie, like I low-key wanted to cry alongside him. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean there's a treatment? With he was like apparently part of the beginning trials, and he was one of the very first testers of it, because this is based off a real dude, and it was 60% effective, and that was like their first trial of it as well. And I'm like, so it's probably even better now. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's better than a 50-50 chance that I could like have most of my tics gone and I could live a normal life. Like, that's freaking insane. And I've never heard about it. I've never heard about it. They don't want you to know about this kind of advertisement? Exactly. So I'm like, I look, you wanted to cry with them. I'm like, I'm going to talk to my neurologist about it, because my current neurologist, because again, I was always told there's nothing you could do for Tourette's. I ended up going to a neurologist that specializes in some of my other conditions. And so she helps me with my Tourette's, and we've tried medication, but it's not her specialty. Because again, it's like neurodevelopmental. She deals in other neurological conditions. But I'm gonna have to bring it up to her and be like, hey, is this a thing that I could try? Because low-key, it sounds like life-changing if it works, man. The amount of times, like... Dude, like, I don't even know, dude. There's been times I've almost wondered if I'd have to get stitches because of my freaking condition. And it's just like, man, and you're saying something as simple as a wristband could fix this? I don't know. All in all, Miki deserve better, but so many deserve better as a whole. Yeah, a lot of people do. And it's sad that so many people don't get treatment or they live their entire lives. Like me, like, I'm still young, but just... It sucks having to accept that, like, yeah, I guess this is just my life. And all the doctors say there's no cure and there's no way to help me. So I've just accepted my life is going to permanently suck. And so finding out that my life doesn't have to permanently suck is crazy. It's actually crazy. I don't know. I wonder if the no cure for Tourette's thing is fabricated? No, it's not. Hi, Tierno. I was lucky to learn about CMT, my flavor of issue, a few years before it hit me. Ended up going heavy into weightlifting to slow it down. That's awesome. I'm not familiar with CMT, but that's really great that you knew about it. Because so many conditions, they just get worse because you don't know how to treat it at the beginning, or like no one points you in the right direction. And then it's sad to think of how much is preventable if you just known what to do in the first place. But no, the problem with Tourette's is that, like... so with Tourette's specifically, it wasn't even widely recognized as a real thing until the 90s, by the way. It was kind of seen as like a fabricated fake thing. So it was documented. The first like written documentation was 1400s. It didn't get a name until 1885. And then in the 1960s, they started to sort of recognize that maybe it's a real thing, but it wasn't until the 90s that it was actually widely accepted as a real medical condition. So, generally speaking, it's a relatively newer condition because they just... all doctors basically said it was fake and that it was like a load of BS, or they said it was psychosomatic, which if you don't know what that means, it means that it's all in your head and that it's purely psychological rather than having a treatable, like, thing. Because if something is purely psychological, you can't really do anything about it. There's nothing tangible to fix. Like, finally in the 90s, it became widely accepted as a neurodevelopmental disorder, which means, hey, there might be a cure for it because it's not in people's heads. It's an actual, tangible neurological disorder rather than just a psychological one, which means there is potentially treatment for it. There's no emotes? It looks like it's because you might have lost... Do you have a sub, Super? What do you mean there's no emotes? So yeah, I think it's more just we are very behind in research because it wasn't widely recognized for so long. And typically neurological disorders tend to be a lot harder to cure because the brain is a wonky place and you can only do so much with the brain while people are alive without, you know, risking killing someone. And, you know, we don't really allow super hardcore human experimentation, so neurological disorders are very difficult, especially whenever they're harder to pinpoint what exactly is causing them. Are we addicted to Duma? The new update's good. We're getting autoplay for 1.5 anniversary. Nice. It's been an interesting educational stream. I'm gonna go sleep now. You have a good night. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. I have too much wrong with my head. Lots of people do. Lots of people do. That's just how it is. I don't know. I'm always educational here, especially when it comes to, like, stuff that affects me. The brain, the greatest, most frustrating and fragile supercomputer in existence. Exactly. So yeah, that's where it's like, the no cure thing isn't necessarily fabricated. It's just with our current understanding. Last time I checked, they don't even know exactly what causes it. And so that's what makes it hard with neurological disorders. If you don't know what causes it, how are you supposed to treat it? Like, they have obviously, like, hypothesis. Yeah, it is currently believed to be a complex mix of genetics and environmental factors. Abnormalities in brain circuits that link the cortex to deeper brain structures along with imbalances in neurotransmitters like dopamine are thought to trigger tics. So, because we don't fully understand what causes it, it's very difficult to treat it. The Tourette's can be hereditary. I think it's more so like they believe that it is tied to genes. So yes, but it also has environmental factors where it's deeper than that as well. I don't know. I had a psychologist look at me and talk to me about being diagnosed with autism at 13 and told me I'm not autistic, I'm just lazy. Dang, bro. Oh, huh? Sorry, I got confused reading a message. Yeah, so essentially, since they're not 100% sure what causes it, because here's the thing, how most things are cured is by, like, step-by-step backtracking to find the root cause, and then you fix the root cause. But if they don't know what the exact root cause is, it becomes a little bit difficult to fix it. No longer are you treating a root cause, instead you're trying to fix symptoms. And if you cure someone's symptoms, you can cover up the root cause and vice versa. So, I don't know. It is what it is. And that's the problem with a lot of neurological disorders. The brain is just such a complex area. I don't think I have Tourette's, but when I'm either stressed or focused, I get a lot of mouth clicking noises and biting my lip I can't control. But I think it's more so stimming. Probably so. And that's where it is, too, that it's also a very complex thing, because there's anxious tics, there's stimming, there's actual Tourette's, and they're all different, and they're all caused by different things, and that makes it that much more complicated as well. But with Tourette's, what I learned is Tourette's goes in hand with OCD and ADHD as well, so it's not just involuntary tics, it also is fed into through compulsion from things like OCD, or impulse, like loss of impulse control through things like ADHD. So they all kind of tie together, so then it becomes a very complex neurological issue. And that's why a lot of times they end up treating the symptoms because they can't find the root cause. So like for me, they've been trying to treat me most of my life for it, so they would try, like, say, anti-seizure medication for the physical, like, involuntary movements. Because, you know, think of, like, people that have seizures. It's uncontrolled bodily shaking, whatever. So they're like, okay, so we'll give you anti-seizure medication for the tics. And then for the compulsion part, we'll give you anxiety medication. And then, like, for the impulse control stuff, you know, they'll give you, like, ADHD medication or whatever. But none of those, again, really address the root cause. They're essentially trying to address the symptoms without the root cause. Ariana... Oh, or Aria Nova, sorry. Capitalization. Thank you so much for the follow. And so, yeah, that's where a lot of the issues come with treating neurological disorders. It's just way easier to target the symptoms rather than the root cause, because it's very difficult to nail down what exactly the root cause is. So, yeah. Now, that would explain why I put my foot in my mouth, but I don't mean to say what I did. I know it's not only making noises, but also messing with my ears, causing me to have cauliflower ear, boxer's ear. Dang. That's unfortunate. I can see the logic behind the medication for Tourette's. Unfortunately, they aren't the same. Well, here's the thing. It does work for some people. I've been on multiple forms of medication. The two most common ones they put for me particularly in the years I've been in treatment, they kind of rotated out, is Topamax and gabapentin. Topamax worked for me when I was younger. It almost entirely eliminated my Tourette's, but then I developed a new tic that the medicine didn't help with, and it just never really helped again. I don't remember. Here, let me see. What class of drug is Topamax? What kind of drug is Topamax? Okay, it is an anticonvulsant or anti-epileptic medication. So yeah. Because it affects your nervous system. Hi, Ali. Welcome in. But it worked for me for a while, because in the period it worked for me, I had a really bad neck jerk where I'd, like, do like this, and I looked like a tweaker, and it caused really bad neck pain. And fortunately, it did work for that. As for, gabapentin... Let me see what type it is. It's also an anticonvulsant. They mostly use anticonvulsant or anti-epileptic medication, but the problem with that one is it helped a little bit with my tics, but it didn't fully make them go away. So I was still having severe tics, but because of my prolonged use of gabapentin at higher doses to combat the Tourette's, I started having memory loss. And turns out gabapentin is now having a class action lawsuit for, like, causing dementia and stuff. But because of my dosage for Tourette's, I started suffering from severe, memory loss, bouts of amnesia, things like that, on top of other symptoms. So ultimately, I decided I felt better not taking the medication and just raw dogging the tics rather than, you know, worrying about the memory loss and stuff. Memory loss is crazy. Yes, it is. Especially because, again, I was, like, in my 20s. Young 20s. And so it was really difficult. And so I was like, oh, yeah, I guess I will just not take the medicine. Because it didn't really help that much. Like, it helped a little bit, but the memory loss wasn't worth it. Plus some of the other side effects. So my doctor, about a couple of weeks ago, tried to put me back on gabapentin, but at a very minimal dose for my tics. But I instantly got really sick again. And started having memory problems. So I stopped it after less than a week. And then gabapentin withdrawals suck, I will say that. It is an awful medicine all around. It makes you sick on it, but also it makes you sick when you get off of it. But no, anyways, yeah, this is my long talk about how I'm just... Electroshock therapy and a wristband, good. That's what this whole conversation boils down to. I need to talk to my doctor about electroshock therapy because it is likely better than the medication I was on and will likely help way more. Because so many medicines just have such horrible, like, side effects to them. I don't know. His life. Guys, I just realized we're making our way through the timer. Within the next day or two, I might be able to get down to 2 days and something. I'm glad I'm here for this talk. Didn't realize anticonvulsive meds were used to attempt to treat Tourette's. I'm used to bipolar and other mood stabilizers. Yeah, I don't typically talk about all of these things that much, but I've been on just about every class of medication under the sun. Since you mentioned that, Mirage as well, I have borderline, and so I have tried, like, mood stabilizers and antipsychotics and things as well. It's crazy how so many different medications work. And also just the dual purposes that they have. It's really crazy. Tech, thank you so much for the 1,000 biddies. I appreciate it. Yeah, well, the timer gonna go up a little bit, I guess. Oh my lord. Hooray for shock collars. No, not shock collars. Also, guys, ads are coming out in about 4 minutes. I don't know if that even added to the timer. Did your bits even add up, Tech? It did add it? Okay. I was just making sure. Because it didn't look like it on my... Oh! Okay. That's fair, I think. Hold on. So weird. Oh, I see it here. Okay. It's something else wasn't updated. That's why I was confused. I had to double check. I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve. Oh. Electricity is friend. Electricity has no side effects. I mean, at certain levels. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's crazy how medication can be used for different purposes. Because another thing is... Specifically, I have narcolepsy. And to treat it, I take ADHD medication. And it's, like, interesting because I do have ADHD as well. But I also have narcolepsy. And so it's just crazy how off-label things work. I for my mom, if I sleep with my phone under the pillow, it would fry my brain. Yes, it will. I beat someone here with GeoGuessr? What do you mean, Keaton? But yeah, so that's pretty cool as well because, essentially a lot of medication used for narcolepsy is just... they're stimulants, but it's essentially like ADHD medication minus the dopamine part. And, I was playing with one of your chat... Oh, I see, Kaden. I see. But, yeah, so I tried other medication and it worked for a bit until it started losing its efficacy. And so they switched me to Ritalin, essentially. And it works now. So it helps with my narcolepsy, even though it's prescribed for ADHD. So, the way meds interact with the brain is interesting. It really is. I find it fascinating as someone that has a lot of conflicting medical... Y'all want to know another interesting thing? Since we're talking about interesting medicine things, there's a very common medication. Some of you here may have even tried it before. It's called trazodone. It is commonly prescribed for insomnia, and it is one of the most commonly prescribed sleep aids. Again, I don't know if any of you here have ever had trazodone. So again, it's for insomnia. It is meant to help you fall asleep. You want to know what it did to me? I started having heart palpitations and started having a panic attack. And I became so wired I couldn't sleep for hours. So, yeah, I got prescribed it as a new medication to help with sleep. And it literally made me wired like a stimulant and have panic attacks and heart palpitations. And I was literally shaking because I had like jitters so bad. And so it's just crazy how people's brains can process medication differently. So something that is so commonly prescribed as a sleep aid literally acted like a stimulant. Alden, thank you so much for the biddies. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Not what you want? Yeah, it was not what I wanted whatsoever. But it's just interesting how those things happen. I took an ADHD medicine that had me hallucinate horrors beyond imagination. I was like 6, never again. That's fair. Unfortunately, medications do that sometimes. I had a muscle relaxant I took that I was mostly fine, but one day it gave me the nightmares, and I was like, never again, bro, because apparently it was a common side effect, and I guess I just dodged it long enough. But, yeah, medication-induced nightmares are like a whole other issue, bro. They are insane. Nice, Kaden. Good to know. Good to know. I feel like I had other things written on that command for them to write. I'm gonna have to add more commands in the commands command. It be what it be. Ooh, also, guys, I will say I will probably... Medical-induced nightmares sound well like a nightmare? Yes. Still on a medication called Lexapro sending me to blind rages. I don't even remember what happened. Dude, that's rough. Yeah, that happens with a lot of things. It's ironic that, like, even antipsychotics can make people psychotic. It's just crazy how that stuff happens. For reals. I will say, guys, I will probably be wrapping things up here eventually. I don't know. Because I am feeling like kind of bleh right now. Oh, Kisa's partner pushing right now? Maybe one day. I don't know. I want to wait until I'm closer. Like, I have my days where I'm up there more. I've been bouncing between like 45 to 55 average lately on Twitch. But one day I'll start partner pushing. I probably won't start partner pushing till I'm minimum like 60 to 65 consistent average without help. I don't like doing that stuff. I don't know. I'm thinking of which university to join. Whichever one you want. Whichever one you want. I think we'll read Kisa tonight. It's going good, Monk. What is partner pushing? So on Twitch, in order to reach partner, you have to average 75 viewers for 6 days, 2 months in a row. So partner pushing is when you're like really close to averaging 75. So you kind of like publicly let your audience know, like, hey guys, I want to hit partner. Like, if you guys could just support me a little extra hard for the next 2 months so I can get the average viewership, then you can like apply to be partner after. And sometimes that means too that, like, for example, Kisa, who I'm gonna raid, is that like maybe your friends will raid you more often, try to help you get there. But you mostly do it just... Like, some people try to partner push when they average like 20 viewers, and I don't think that's productive because you need to average 75. But if you're at like 65 average viewers, Like, you're so close to hitting it. And so it's basically just a way to rally everyone. Like, come on, guys, we're in the final stretch. Like, let's all rally together to hit the requirements. So yeah, that's basically what it is. On Twitch, I feel the community. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But that's why, like, I wouldn't partner push too early. But yeah, Kisa's great. She raids me sometimes. But we're probably gonna raid over into her. So having said that, if you guys want to hang out with her, she's super cool. It'll be great, and you know, maybe we can be a step in her potentially hitting partner later on. You know, we're doing a good deed, you guys. Of course, of course. Thank you guys all so much for being here. I appreciate it. And to all of you that were like, Miki, you didn't really get drunk. Fake? Bro, I don't like to drink that much. Sorry, my IM was like stuck in my banana peel. If you have a sub, copy the animated message. If you don't, copy the static one. We are going to Shark Attack Kisa. Please be hospitable. If you guys want to stream to watch, again, she's got a very cozy vibe. Y'all will like it over there. And again, maybe we'll help her get a step closer to partner. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Please take care of yourself, and I will see you all again